Here we go again with the nightmare ritual. Let's see. I should have it memorized by now, but I really don't. I see myself continuing my current career and playing tournaments when I can. Eventually, I'll be as good as all of them. Whether I like some of the misspellings too, weather, as in like the weather outside. Whether I'm famous for it or not, I'll be a cold-blooded killer. That's the goal. Hoodie on, not to be effort on the board. No, I'll be a chess.com. This is an underrated stream. Yeah, I very rarely do this, but this is sort of part of my 1700 celebration for whatever that's worth on Lichess, obviously. So after doing that, I said, okay, I would do my permadeath variant gauntlet where I go through every variant and I play until I lose. And so I lost everyone that I could play on Lichess, at least I think. And so now I'll try them on chess.com. And of course, I think the only one I did on here was Crazy House, which is also on there. But a lot of the ones that were on there aren't on here, like 960. How can it be the 960? Maybe I'm just not seeing it, but it's apparently not on here. And we get the little cool, why does this look so different? The board. Like, why would this be any different? These are the same thing, right? This is puzzles, this is a game, but something about that board looks different. Whatever, the grass. But I do like this set, obviously the football and themed one. And so, and I kind of forgot about my bot permadeath challenge on here too. I just kind of didn't have time for it anymore. But I was trying to make that a main series. I can always continue it. In fact, I could just do it now, but I was trying to make it a big spectacle, like, oh, I have the board and the webcam to actually show you the moves and shit like that, but we can take this as a test in which you try to defeat your old elo. But I can't play like regular games, so I can only play in fact, normally you would see my account that was closed, but I was just looking at it. It's actually gone for good now. I don't know why. Like, it would normally show up and then it would just show you that this account has been deactivated. So maybe if you leave it deactivated for a certain amount of time, it just goes away for good, but that seems kind of odd. Now I'd have to remake it from scratch, which is really annoying, which is my fair, just punishment for failing all my challenges on here all the time. But so they put it in a separate category here, which is a little bit annoying, whatever. But there are a lot of good variants on here, but unfortunately, self-partnering, play both sides of the team, sit at the chessboard and play with yourself. It's amazing. Magnus Carlsen, 2020, whatever, 2015. So I'll go through all of them. I don't know in what order I want to do. The hardest part might be for some of them giveaway. Some of them might be I'm doing a chess giveaway, but not the kind you think. What was I saying? Why not just give me all of them like in alphabetical order? What the fuck am I supposed to? Yeah, how are you really supposed to see all of them? But yeah, I love this concept. Right, like what would I? Oh, this could be sick, dude. This is what I've always talked about, but I'm too lazy to actually do it myself. But this sort of custom game mode thing, I always say that in card games. Let me make a thing where, oh, every card has to be a 6-cost card, just something random. This is a fun format that you can host. It would take only 10 games to get back to your true elo. Yeah, it might take less than that actually, which let's assume I'm 1500 now in standard chess here because I'm 1700 there. We could assume that would be fair. And I haven't gotten much better from before. It's just like I'm a little faster or I don't get as tilted on time, right? My pink flamingo thing is immortalized where it's the same way I've always played. So it just took this much time for me to really take my own advice and play that way. Not that I've actually studied or gotten better. I'm a little bit annoyed by the fact that I don't actually understand how you see all of them. These are the most common. These are the featured. There are a lot of cool ones, but the problem is improvement to Capablanca. What if I just want to play Capablanca, period? How the fuck do you even know this? Like, I genuinely don't get it. I can't see. What the fuck? And even the multiplayer ones I'll do, like free for all or 4-player, those will still count. In fact, this is what I wanted to do at the beginning, like when I came back to playing chess. I'm assuming they'll all fit within here, but I genuinely don't know. Why is there not just an alphabetical list? It's impossible. Like, how would I know, dude? Or what if I just do the letter A? I honestly, dude, chess.com, this kind of triggers me somehow. List of list of cheaters, yeah, right. Chess variants, let's see. This couldn't be all of them though, and everyone knows how good I was at Chaturanga. I was the best player in the world, maybe. but just because nobody else actually fucking played it. So half of these will be hard to, hard to actually find in terms of matches and stuff, as you can see there. I guess I could just go, but I was trying to do it in a way that would bait it to do it alphabetically. Like, it'll start with the letter A, but it actually doesn't. It just contains the letter A in it, so I can't even... That's bizarre, isn't it? Why would they not have a proper way... What the fuck? Oh, you would think this would probably tell you. Variant, so 3 check. Okay, some of these we'll have to skip, because if they were ones that I had done on Lichess, like, I don't know, we'll figure that out when I get there. So, for example, 3 check I couldn't do. So, we could do 4-player, which means I have to win the game. If anybody else wins, if I'm second place, right, you have to win in terms of points, then I can't play it anymore. So it'll be as simple as that. I think though, oh, I thought I wasn't friends with him though, because what? I thought on this account I was trying to be all incognito and not even have anything. 2 weeks. Variant. So 3 check we can't do. We already did that. 4-player we can do. I'm assuming, no, this won't be all of them. Chaturanga is not on here and shit. How? Oh no, it is on here. So how many would that be? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49. So just about 50, of which probably 5 or 6 only is what we played on Lichess. As much as I'm talking shit, I must just be missing it. Yeah, like, what do you mean, dude? Why does it not show up on here? I guess it's just not that popular. I was wondering that. I was thinking like it wasn't on here in the first place. Okay, so we may very well start. I'll use that as like the guide, I guess. And if there's more than that, I don't fucking know what to tell you. So 4-player. Let's make sure there's not some other variant of the variant. Like, what are all these? I don't get it. Capture pieces and checkmate your opponents to earn points and win. Now, what can happen in these is you can still win even if... Like, why does this have 130? Why are there so many of them? What the hell is the difference? This one doesn't show anything. This one shows what? Just a normal position. This one like has the king and queen reversed, but only on 2 of them. What kind of a random change is that? And why does it even matter? And then this is... What the hell are these differences? This one just has only the green king's position different, but everything else is the same. Okay, cool. Chess with checkers. That one is a bit of a troll. Duck chess was one that had come out relatively recently. Whatever, like maybe a year back or a few years back that I actually tried that as some, I made a point to try whatever new ones they had introduced. Now I can't remember what they are. Khaki for PC. Checkers version. Now, the whole thing with this is you can only use half the squares on the board, so I don't even understand how that... Or no, I guess you don't, because you have pieces on every square, so that's not how checkers works. In fact, there's so many like impossible moves then that would happen. Alright, so let's do this one. Again, I have to be number 1 only to survive. I'm very confused by what the difference in these two actually is. Modern 122 classic. What the hell is all this, dude? Oh, I guess that's showing you what the other ones are. But why would that make any difference? I have no idea. Active setup. Okay, 1-7. What does that mean? Is that the time control? But what the fuck is that? 1 minute and 7-second increment? I don't want it to be like that. One of the most balanced and beginner-friendly setups. Okay, let's just get the hang of how this works, because I haven't used it in a while. Just remember, I'm the guy who always liked variants more than regular chess, but then I was so pissed how bad I was or something just didn't feel right that I felt like I had to do that first to like earn the right. So this is like our reward. Maybe every time I get to 100 rating increment, I could do this, almost to celebrate. We'll just go for it. This one seems at least moderately popular. So I'm going to be red. And again, there's some sort of weird stuff. There's going to be some weird stuff that's like you can lose the game, but you can still win on points or something. I remember that happening at some point. Like you might get mated, but you still somehow are the point leader, or there's something weird that happens. So I am orange now, actually not, or yellow probably they call it. We'll go 1 square out with this, so you got the, and it's the sort of thing where like it lets you capture the king and stuff too. Let's just put these in a good central location somehow. This is very hard to keep track of everything, but whatever, dude. You could just take that, couldn't you? But you won't let me. Let's just go ahead and bring the stupid ass knight out. Like, dude, this is a good board vision sort of thing, though, to try to learn. Like, why is everybody only moving pawns, though? I don't feel like castling there is even a good idea because everybody's playing so robotically. Like, I'm the only one who's actually developing and doing anything. What the fuck is going on? If you get the pawn to a certain point, it, like, promotes, I guess. I can't remember how that works. I definitely didn't play this one very much. But they're moving in different directions, too. It's not like those are diametrically opposed to each other. Nobody's actually moving pieces. So for all I know, I could be playing against bots, but I'm the lowest rated person here. Oh yeah, and I'm not living up to my username either, Chaturanga only. We somehow let the red promote, which makes basically no fucking sense. Oh, whoops, I shouldn't have pre-moved that, but which makes no sense at all how I allowed that to happen. So nobody has any points. First, 3 wins. Second, 1 win. Third, 1 loss. What does that even mean, though? Okay, now they're finally. I mean, they must know some meta that I don't. I'm even questioning what they're doing. But how is it that they're? I can fork 2 separate players, queens or some shit. How is it that they're playing this in such a way that I don't know? That one would just get taken. Let's go like this. You know, this kind of encourages you to play defensively and just let them do all the work kind of for you. But there's going to be some super long diagonals, dude. And this makes the knight even more shitty than it already... Whoa, what the fuck? And this makes the knight more shitty than it already is because... Wait, how did he do that, though? I don't get it. There's nothing... Oh, shit. Okay, never mind. This is very, very tricky. I can't let time be my fucking undoing here. We're double attacking there, so he's just out of the game, I guess, at this stage. And so you basically got to watch a couple double attacks into here. That one even surprised me, like I didn't know what happened. Yeah, let them all defeat each other, and then I'll pick up the scraps of what's left. So the red is double cover, double queen. So all you can do is move the 1 square, and now maybe I should help him finish him off, but now they're going to have these extra queens, so I don't know what the fuck to do. But yeah, let these 2 titans battle it out with the extra queen. Right, they'll try to gang up on me, but you know. What a weird, I don't know, just the way this game went was very unusual. Or it's even my turn, I don't know what to do. So now red takes out blue. So now how do I beat this guy with queen odds? And the answer is going to be very difficult indeed. Wait, what happened? Red won. Oh, so I already lost just by the fact that he beat those other 2. So you can't do that slow pace thing I was talking about. So I already lost because I couldn't have caught up, I guess, in terms of the number of points. But look at that. I was still 20 points. I'm second place. So in all consideration, I did the best that I probably would have anyway. Right, against 1,700 rated players. I'm still the second last one standing. Or wait a sec. Yeah, no, I'm third. Never mind. Well, whatever. So that's that last one game. Let's go to the next one, which might be a couple 4-player ones in a row if we're going by alphabetical orders. So 4-player giveaway. Should I be allowed to do that? Because I guess it is. It's a variant of the variant because, you know, it's not exactly the same. Or now it won't show. It won't show up though. Some of these I maybe wasn't even aware of. Okay, 4p giveaway. 4p giveaway. So again, what's the difference? I don't know. If you just look at the board, maybe the king and the queen are in different positions, or all these time formats want it to be fucking one of the most beginner friendly. Partner with the player across. Maybe I shouldn't do it like that. I would have to decide whether it should be teams or free for all. Let's do free for all. It shouldn't be. I don't want it to be team based if we can help it. Capture pieces and checkmate to win, but giveaway would imply that you're supposed to whatever, lose all your pieces on purpose, aren't you? Wait, what? Give away chess. Give away all your pieces, but then why is it saying to mate? Okay, let's try this one. Yeah, we'll always defer to free for all if I can choose between the two. Rated doesn't really matter to me. You know, we're playing for our life anyway, so we can't lose. But I should be an expert at this because I know. So I'm assuming it's going to be the same thing, but it's confusing me with some of its terminology there. You should be trying to lose everything, and so therefore. Oh no, don't pre-move. Let's see if anybody else plays like that, but they don't. They play like super robotically. Nobody. I'll wait until they. So, oh yeah, it's reversed. He got points for losing the piece. Or now, like, I'm playing into this shit a little bit. Right, so, like, how the fuck did I let that happen? Because if you're able to take something, you have to take it. Fun and interactive mode, by the way. Ah, I hate that. So I'm forced to farm his shit out. Right, so a lot of these moves are kind of made for you. And look at the heavyweights that I'm in the game with, too. 2023, 24. What the fuck is this? Dude, you're a title player and 4-player giveaway chess. I mean, the best way to do it is just to not, just leave that there and then you don't have to worry, but they can always go in the dark square, or I still have to take that, or at least here I get to choose which one to take. So let me not take that, and then I'll take this, because now you're forced to keep taking my shit. So now you're forced to also keep taking my shit. The dream moves you want to make is where you can't take stuff back. But let me think. I don't think I have a choice. The queen is going to keep taking shit. The bishop is going to keep taking shit. Hard to really say which of those is better to even do. But... Or no, that was worse because... Whatever, bro. All these forced moves, like, it's just so unnatural. Fuck. When you need to blunder pieces, you can't do it adequately to what the fuck you're trying to do. They take that. I'm supposed to take this, I guess. I don't really know. Yeah, I don't know how that works in this mode, actually, though. Whether you can mate them, like... Like, what if I just mate his dumb ass? 18, so we're kind of tied for last place, third place. You're going to be forced to take there in multiple ways. A lot of my shit is indeed under attack, so it's surprising, but some of the stuff might get caught out. Like, you would think you're not, like, allowed to work together against people, but you would think they wouldn't make a point to try to do this with respect to, they should try to starve out and deny these people. Just keep your shit away from there, right? And how hard should that be? The problem is that this one is going to be forced to give him some love, even. Right, you're really gonna have to do that shit? No, I'd rather... Well, either way, it's the same thing, but... I don't know. Trying to avoid it as long as possible. See, now somebody should block my shit just to let that happen. Go here so I can take it rather than take his blue shit. Fuck off, dude. Or now, that's not so bad, though, because you're at least gonna be forced to take mine. Right, so I won't have to take your rook. That's so ridiculous, dude. Like, how are they this good? I mean, I guess they're not that rating by accident, but you know, it's not fair when like I'm literally doing it for like the first time that I've ever done this. And yet oh, that was always a good turn for me. 20, 33, 27. I genuinely just don't even know what to do though right now. I should try to get rid of my pieces and then the pawns will be easy enough to let happen. So now I have a little free reign. And the reason why I have free reign is because there's nothing I can actually take. This is the one advantage of the knight. The knight is such a shitty piece that it can't even take anything even if you wanted to, or now they're going to start moving stuff right in the range of it, but they can't even do that. That's the whole beauty of it. So it's still pretty close. It's still pretty interesting. Come on, we can totally win this. You got to keep a streak alive here. You can go to here and just force him to take. And if you do that, then you'll be in excellent shape. Nobody's going to try to take these. So red and me are in the same boat. Look at this. I'm out playing a 2400 in this mode, which I don't know how much esteem that carries, but clearly these people must play it on a regular basis and so forth. Like, what is it that you're even calculating? Like, I don't know what the fuck I'm even looking at, but it is a lot to take in just with the sheer scope and size of the board. So now the knight's going to be gone. We can try to make him take it here as well. That's a good move. The rook can actually be pretty dangerous here with respect to the simple fact that you're able to be forced to take more, whereas with anything else you wouldn't be. Like, even if you lose the king, though, doesn't the game still keep going? You have to take everything else. So it doesn't matter to me too much which one you take with, right? Who takes, but... So you got the stupid-ass knight and the stupid-ass thing. We're actually tied with this guy, tied now for second. The blue guy has played very, very solid, so it's that rook that's going to be trouble. It's just going to be where they're forced to take at this point. Like, there's nothing you can do. Right, you're just going to be forced to take, forced to take. You can't do anything. I'm forced to take this, which gives a check, which in this mode doesn't matter. So literally red is about to win the fucking game because you literally just, if I take there, then you'll take there, let's say. Or wait a second. How come he didn't already have to do that? Oh, he'll do it for, ah, fuck. No. I need a free move where I can just move anything I want. Like, why don't I just do this? Like, you have to take it, don't you? Like, what do you mean? You have to take it. This is the kind of move you want. Like, yeah, fuck you, dude. Did he already win? What happened? 648. Just go here. 39. How does that make sense? What the fuck does 648 have to do with anything? Where did that number come from? Now we just move our pawn, so at least I don't have any pieces, meaning I wouldn't be able to take, or I would have to, like, I'd turn it into a queen, and then I'd be forced to take. Stopping the one pawn from even moving. But now they have too much control, like where they don't have to. Tournament Duck Masters is open, a phrase I never thought I would utter. I mean, this dude might just flag at this point. Come on, we should still be able to do something. But I can't really dictate their moves as much now. Right, they have too much control over the environment. Fuck, I actually did fine for a little bit there, but I'm going to be forced to promote. I should have done it like there even. I don't know what even is the point of this, but they'll take like one thing, I guess. I forget when it actually happens. Like, you get to the middle, but it makes a king. I don't get it. How does it make a king? Wouldn't you just like put it there so you're for, yeah. Or that's my tendency to try to promote adequately for the fucking thing. 203. Okay, whatever. So we're like last place, but whatever. For the most part, in that, I did fine. Right? It's just obviously these people know what they're doing, and I wasn't gonna win anyway. Let's see what the next one is. We have done the 2 so far, both 4-player, which is fine. Again, it still counts in the same way. It just puts a little more pressure. 4 PC Max. This sounds like some kind of a, I don't know, like fucking some bundle deal that you're getting from like a Alienware or some shit. What does what does that have to do with anything? 4 PC. No, that's something else. 4 PC Max. That the Hive. Um what is this? 4 PC Max, Amazon Jungle Fight. Some of these I genuinely don't know what they are. 4 PC Max. What the fuck does that mean? 4 PC Max. I'm just going by their own list. 4-player chess. Why is that not? Wait, what did I even just do before that? Isn't that the same thing? Why is it written like in a different thing? 4 PC Max. Well, if I can't find it, I can't find it. I don't get it. Sometimes these are written a little bit weird. 4P. I mean, there's a lot of different ones of this. Holy shit, dude. I didn't even know. 4-player giveaway. Diamond Wall. God damn it. I'm going to lose to the fact that I don't even know how this works. So we did the giveaway. We did the regular. Right. And then we get to 4P. Free for all simplicity. What could that even mean? Like, holy shit, though. There is a lot of stuff here. This could actually take a while. So I'll do this basically as my chess series until we get through all of them. Then I'll go back to doing that shit. So this could take a long time. Not saying I can't just play on the chess anyway, but Amazon Jungle Fight. And it acts like it wants to show me something here, but then it just bugs out and it doesn't. See if this will show up. Amazon Jungle. What the fuck are some of these? But see, now nobody's gonna be playing it. Break through the lush and verdant jungle to obtain points and mate your opponent. So I don't know what that means all in the middle with the. Let's read it. The winner is the player with the most points. Obtain enough points to claim, win, or checkmate your opponent. The royal grasshopper is worth 20 points and each Amazon is worth 12 points. Grasshopper is worth. Wait, what? Grasshopper is worth 20 points. And each Amazon, which I assume is like either the other pieces or what are these things in the middle? I don't get it. Peasant position, game of points, pawns promote to Chancellor, Archbishop, or Wildebeest on the 8th rank. More complicated than standard chess, by the way, like if you want to use that as a measure of the game. Your royals points and all remaining points on the board will be given to your opponent if you resign. If you resign or claim win. Your royals points and all remaining Amazon points on the board will be given to your opponent. Wait, if I claim the win, then they get extra points by which they could usurp my win, or I don't get it. Pawns promoted on the 8th rank to a hawk, elephant, or wildebeest. It says here to a chancellor, archbishop, or wildebeest. Goal of the game constitutes winning the most points while keeping material on the board, attacking the royal grasshopper of your opponent. I can't say I exactly understand. And you're really doing a disservice by doing it in these faster formats. Like, doesn't this, if it's, you know what I get to do? If I'm doing it on my terms, why would we want it to be so, at least do that. I'm not saying it has to be a 10-minute game, but you're doing a disservice to the mode by saying, oh, haha, we have to, you know what I mean? do it fast. Like, we don't even know what the fuck it is, and it's like, I'm so confused by what these are. Like, am I supposed to capture these? So this is like some sort of pawn storm type combination. You capture these on the way to your opponent's king, and just that'd be fucking bizarre. At least I get to punish the knights as much as I hate them. But let's see if we actually get anybody with this one. I guess I could skip one if we really can't find a game, but that is unfortunate because there's so many good variants here, but you can't find anybody to play them with. If only I was a big streamer, then people would be wanting to snipe me and do it for that reason alone, but I wonder, like, if this will show up in some way that, um, they'll see it in the lobby and they'll join for that reason, not that they were really looking at it. Overall score, variance, games. Yeah, some of these scoring systems get a little bit convoluted. Like, it shouldn't have anything to do with score. Just do it in a normal way, like where you have to mate the grasshopper, and that's fine. Like, that would be good enough. So in some ways, I might consider no, but you can't do that because then it's like cheating. Because for me, oh, that might be the win, even if I lose on points. But the other player isn't playing to do that. They're playing to win on points. So it wouldn't be fair for me to have a different measure than they do, because then I can get it every time because they won't care because they'll still technically win. But that's how a lot of these should almost be, that they're not. Damn it. Didn't think this would be such an issue, though. Right? Like, isn't this more interesting than standard chess? Why wouldn't they want to play this instead? I could skip it if I feel like. Yeah, clearly 0 people are playing it. It doesn't even say Amazon Jungle Fight. It just says Amazon Jungle. Why are these all wrong? I mean, obviously that's the one, but Arena of Grasshoppers, Grasshopper Arena, Arena of Legends. Let's see, what is this? Hop and stride your way through the gaps on your way to win. We got a fucking parkour variant of chess. Man, some of these are underrated though. Just the concept behind them is so crazy. Let me see. Pawns promote to grasshoppers. Checkmate enemy's king while not getting mated yourself. But that's my specialty, getting mated, haha. The goal is to finish with most points. Checkmate opponent 20, stalemating, capturing different pieces. Checkmating 2 players simultaneously is only a +1. Oh no, just checking them. Checking 3. Oh shit. Oh shit, we actually got the Amazon thing though. Wait, so this is worth 12 points. What we have to consider is the simple fact. I don't know what my strategy is. I have no idea. At least here, if you take, I still take back. But you don't. You should just try to take as many of these as you possibly can. So I have more going on, more pawn presence here in the middle. I actually am not even thinking too clearly about. I don't know. This is a lot, dude. This is a lot to just take in like this, dude. But at least I got to determine the time format to the extent that these were building up like a nice, sexy pawn structure there. With respect to, he may well be capturing too many of these though that I shouldn't be allowing. 108 versus 85. But is it really gonna matter if I just I think I fucked up how I did this because okay, attack his camel, which yeah, even some of these pieces I'm not too familiar with how they move. They move a little longer than a knight. Knight's gonna be the same. This is gonna work like a knight and a thing. Knight and a bishop, knight and a whatever. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna take some stuff like here. And just try to eat up the other side to try to catch up a little bit on points. It's not really gonna work though, because I'm trying to even develop pieces, but he's just so hungry for these fucking things. Oh my god. I keep getting baited into taking his stuff too, which may or may not be a good idea. His pawns. Oh my god, bro. He's only up by a little bit, but it's just like irritating how he's doing this. You have to do that to protect the stupid ass knight. It's like we're playing with no regard for actual. We can take out the camel that way, assuming it's even worth it, or that's like the queen maybe. It is, I don't know what that is, but +5. it looked like a special one, so you just blunder your stupid ass queen. Like, the point shouldn't matter at this stage if you're gonna be like this, but you're not up by that much. But I can't. Oh shit, I fucked up. I can't recover from this otherwise. Wait. Oh, I was gonna say that didn't look right. They're gonna take some shit over here, or even this I'm leaving to be taken in a way that's really dumb. I don't get what their style of play is like all about here. This would cover the camel and attack the thing, but then it, or wait. I'm so confused. Like, I can't even explain what's going on, but they're up by only a little bit. But what I'm confident in possibly is my ability to mate them. And the reason why I'm confident in that is because of the simple fact that I'm probably better than they are. Wait, what? Why are they doing this shit so deliberately? Like, they know what they're doing. It kind of scares me. Like, what if I mate your dumbass? I got your queen, assuming that's even what it is, which I don't know what the fuck this is. It's like a longer camel, like you can go even farther, which may be good, but I don't know how exactly to use it. Whoops, I didn't even mean to do that. That's not even that good. Like, you'd rather just have like another rook or something. Let's see, let's see. Just don't let him take it. And if you just don't let him take it, you're giving a check right there. Wait, what? It's hard to fucking figure all this shit out so quickly. You go there. I feel like Yugi Moto, the fucking pharaoh, when he's doing Dungeon Dice Monsters and he beats the guy who made the game himself, playing his first fucking time ever. Like, dude. Okay, you gotta remember that everything moves like a stupid ass knight. And if you remember that everything moves like a knight, then you realize that... What does this even do? I don't get it. This is at least covered there. I had the major advantage of having the queen and I fucked it up. Right, which was maybe not the best piece still, but you can basically take there. This, you know what I did a disservice, as I was saying with the time format. I didn't realize that that means this guy could hit there, right? So for example, so here you get to I don't know what's happening. I feel like the mate was really what I was trying to do, but the winner is the one with the most points. Or checkmate your opponent. But when you checkmate them, you're still going to lose because of some other stupid ass condition. Okay, bro. Okay. One would have been good, but it's a lot to take in one. But this is why I did the 10-minute thing and I didn't fucking take advantage of it enough. Like, they had the strategy of their point system. Like, okay, they want to basically, you know, keep track of their points. But what they can't do is yellow won. But how did they win? How did they even win? I don't get it. With the most points, because maybe mathematically I couldn't get enough points at that stage, or what? Wait a second. They got 310, but what about me taking that allowed them to win at that stage? I'm going to assume that's correct. I just don't know. Claim the win. Red plus 20. Red is plus 20. What does that mean? Your royals, when you claim the win, your royals points and all remaining Amazon points on the board will be given to your opponent if you resign or claim a win. Your royals points, they got plus 20, but they still win because whatever, they were up by a certain amount. So that one is very cool. Maybe I should have just been more greedy for the Amazon stuff at the beginning, but I thought I would just beat them. And in my defense, I would have beaten them because I had the super awesome fucking camel, right? Like, think about what they did, right? Objectively, they gave me that stupid ass camel, right? They let me do that. And so by letting me do that, I'm in a good material position, but then I could have easily mated them. Now, I don't know if even by mating them, you would still usurp the fact that resign. You would usurp the fact that they could still win on points. Like, I don't fully understand that, but coaching WNBA. What the fuck does that mean? Oh, like a WNBA player with all this hype about Caitlin Clark and shit going on. Okay, let's do the next one. I mean, I must admit, I'm very confused by a lot of what's happening, but okay, Grasshopper Arena would be next. The good thing with this, though, is, of course, if it's up to me, I could do it in longer time formats like that. 2D, now what does that even mean? I think this is the next one, right? But nobody's going to be playing it. I was fortunate enough in that one that somebody was actually doing it. Right, but you got Amazon Jungle. So you got free for all, period. This is free for all giveaway or 4-player giveaway. This is Amazon Jungle. So what is next after that? You have Arena of Grasshoppers and then Atomic. I think I did Atomic, but it's not showing me that. It would just be where you snack the piece or something. What does it keep showing me there? I don't understand. Or, oh, it's showing me based on what I'm hovering over there. Yeah, some of these might be genuinely impossible to find a game for, which is unfortunate. I could just try to do it against a bot or something somehow. Which, I don't even know. Actually, how do you do that? 83 games, 1,200 players. I mean, you would think they would just see it, like, in the lobby maybe, but I could skip some of this 4-player stuff if it's going to be too difficult to find people for it. So what would be next after this? Atomic is just going to be exactly what I think it is with respect to, you know, when your piece blows up, when you capture something, it blows up. How many chests would repeat? Okay, yes. So we did that one on Lit Chest Behind the Mirror. I don't know what that is. Let's see. Or I don't know why I feel like I have to Google it when I could just look at here. Behind the Mirror. Do combat on 2 flanks at once. On each flank, you have a non-royal king and a royal one. Keep your king safe and use a non-royal to assist mating your opponent. Each player starts off with 5 checks. Pawns promote on the 8th rank, the queen, the rook, the bishop, the knight. Each player owns 2 flanks, a defensive and an attacking one respectively. Custom position, I don't know what that means, 5 check. Pawns promote to a thing. Each opponent starts off with 5 checks. I don't get it. Does that mean if I do 5 checks that I would just win because of it or something? So I can try to do this one, or I don't know if it'll let you queue up for 2 at once. I guess it will. It's very unlikely I'll be able to find a game for that just because of the fact that, what the fuck is this, dude? Behind the Mirror. So it's on each flank you have a non-royal king. So is this the real king, or why is this one all like blurred out too? There's some like black shit on there. It's going to be a case where maybe it'll show it with the symbol. On each flank you have a non-royal king and a royal one. But keep your royal king safe and use the non-royal. I assume these are the royal ones. 5. Oh, it's just the letter 5 written in black, but it's so hard to see. And I also don't know what that means. Okay, so we'll look for a match for this. I don't mind doing it in the 10-minute form either, even though it didn't help me there. I sometimes do it like I feel like I'm in a rush because I don't feel like I know what I'm doing anyway, but I shouldn't do that. I should still take my time and try. So these ones will be all off the board, so I assume they'll have to go like that, which that's just very confusing too. You know, I'd rather just keep the knights out of the game. This is my dream position right here where the knights are not in the fucking way and I'll never move them. One gripe that I have about some of these is, again, the point system that, like, even in that last game, I would rather it just be with those pieces, which there are going to be other ones like that too, but just let's try to play a normal game with those pieces and try to mate each other with all the Pegasus and the camel, and that's enough of a difference. The fact of the points and the Amazon shit in the middle wasn't necessary. It should just be okay, just try to mate each other and just play with those pieces. That in itself is fun. Right, you don't need to overdo it and be like, oh, well, capturing the Amazons. And I was just kind of ignoring that mechanic and thinking that I could win normally. Oh shit, how are we actually finding games for this though? Let's try to copy what they're doing. So I'm very confused, but I assume this is the real king, but they're on opposite sides, so I don't know what that means exactly. We give a check there, and so we'll just kind of test how scared this dude's actually going to be. If you go here, I would take... I'm going to take like one of these super seriously. This shows you actually the true value of chess. Fuck regular chess that people obsess over randomly when it's just an arbitrary position. The number of possibilities that you have here are truly impressive because... I mean, hey, trading everything off, let's just focus on this one. Like, look at how good these can be. This is the point. Any one of these versions can be very complicated in its own right. That's the whole point. I don't really want to take that. This isn't even the royal king, though, I don't think. Like, I'll still indulge this position. Like, we're not moving in the other way. Oh, it means that if I get checked that many times, I lose, I guess. That's itself pretty interesting. But I don't see what this board even has to do. I guess it's the fact that just the fact that they are basically able to wait, but you can't even castle or any shit right now. I mean, I guess I'll do it. It sounds to check. So the boards don't interact with each other as far as I can tell. So what I don't get is, couldn't it be that I just can't lose? Like, we trade off everything here and then I just win because they can't finish me off. Right? Like, I don't understand that at all. You can't seem to castle and the board is shortened a little bit. This would literally be like my kind of thing to do. I'd become like the best player ever at this some mode that maybe nobody plays, but we're focusing on this board entirely, which you might think benefits him. But the thing is, what if I don't give a shit? Because, you know what I mean? You can't beat me in a normal game. Like, do you know who you're playing against, dude? Do you understand what you're doing right now? I may not be a smurf, but it certainly feels like it sometimes. We'll go here and we'll just try to attack everything. So we'll settle the fact that you cannot possibly beat me because you can't do anything. Right? Like, you literally cannot win this game because no check is going to happen, nothing is going to happen. This is actually like a pass pawn problem that maybe I posed myself, but you can't even give a check, right? You can't even do that. Yeah, I'm very confused by that because at some point here, what's going to happen is the simple fact that it is going to be the simple fact that you're basically able to give a check here. But the problem with giving a check here is the simple fact that you're not actually giving a check to the proper king, right? So it's not doing anything. But we resolve the fact that I can't lose this game. It is literally objectively impossible for me to lose because you can't give the remaining checks because it's just impossible, right? Like, how are you going to give the final 4 checks? You can't mate me and you can't give the check. So you've actually just lost, right? This board has resolved itself for a draw as far as I can tell. There's nothing else you can do. Oh, you can be a little bit annoying about this, but okay, you go here, you attack that one. You try to promote some shit here. I could just sort of spam check you too, but you are possibly going to give a check there, and that could be very damaging. But the reason why I don't care is because your leash is going to be very short now, and you're going to realize that because there's only so much you should... Well, actually, you're only 1 short now, so... I don't get what would happen even with this though, because of the simple fact that you can keep giving spam checks to him there. And the reason why is because maybe I didn't think this entirely the way through, but fuck, I'm getting cocky by the fact that I thought it was such a settled experience, but now they could just sack it for a draw too, like, or I mean for the thing, right? Wait a second, couldn't you have just done that because we have to just potentially not give him the opportunity? I think he could have just done that. If he just sacked it there, he would have just won, maybe. And now you're gonna win because of the promotion, probably. But the point is, you could settle it that way, and then the advantage would be yours because you would get to, um. Now you arguably shouldn't be able to do anything with this per se because I might be able to promote as we go in the other direction here. Or can you like check me with your disposable king? That would be kind of an amusing way to go about it. You would go to there, let's say, in doing this, and so this is very dangerous because I would just lose. Fuck, man. There's nowhere I can even go that would really stop that from happening. I played that so well. Wait. Oh, it was just the final. Okay, it was just the final check that was given too. God damn it. I got like cocky somewhere where I didn't need to. It was such a drawn position there where there was no way you could ever do anything, right? Everything's traded off. I don't have to really do anything there. Right. That was maybe a greedy pawn take. I don't know. So the point is, I wasn't putting any pressure on him, or because I'm black, does that mean I can't even move? Or I probably could still move because whatever, it's shared between the two. Nobody moved the stupid ass knights, which that in itself I like, and then also, it's the fact that, um, it's the fact that I didn't put pressure on that, so I could have kept dealing with stuff on that board, and that forces them to do it. But I kind of was okay with playing on their terms because I thought I could survive it, and I basically did. But there's just some key thing that I did wrong, like don't go for that pawn, right? Don't go for that pawn and just play it safe. Like go here. Now, what could you possibly do ever to me? You know what I mean? There's nothing you can ever do. That's the thing. There's nothing you can ever do if you just keep that check away. Like you go here, I can just keep kind of moving back and forth, right? It doesn't seem like you'd ever be able to give a check or do anything. So I always am a master at creating these positions like that, right? Even in normal games where there's nothing that can be done, but I find it boring and then I get restless, which is a real skill in chess, is just accepting the inevitable nature of the game that is objectively boring and drawish and shit. But even variants cannot fix that, or I'm just so good at sleuthing those positions out. Behind the mirror. Okay, best friends forever. What is this? I'm not trying to turn this into a speed run, but why are so many of them like 4-player? Micro Battle of 4 armies has a lot of throwing and riveting gameplay to offer. I would have to remember. Oh my fucking god, dude. Gameplay begins clockwise. Your teammate is the player across from you. You cannot capture teammates' pieces. Pawns promoted 7th rank. Checkmate only happens to checkmate a turn as players is reached, which means they get to move, I guess. The first team to checkmate an enemy player wins. Stalemate is a draw. What are all these pieces, though? Furs, grasshopper. I just have to figure it out. Now, furs is from like Chaturanga, where you have this. Now, this would be probably pretty hard to find a match for. I've been pretty lucky actually that some of these have been found. They wouldn't even be able to see that I'm streaming, so it's not like, oh, that's the reason why, right? It's just people are probably looking in the lobby for games and just doing it. So the one that I skipped was, I'll have to keep track. I skipped the 4-player something because I just couldn't find the jumping one, and then I skipped this one, or I wouldn't mind actually free for all either. Right, so the point would be still basically the same, where you get to, or why is it not even rated? Wait, what? Maybe there is no rating even for this mode? But no, I don't know what a lot of these pieces even are. And that looks like a rook, that looks like a bishop, that's a pawn, that's like a furs, that's some other shit. What you would do is you'd basically be in a position where, oh, is it like the 3 check rule too? That would be kind of easy to even do. Damn, some of these are so good, but again, the big problem just comes down to, I'm not really doing justice to this though. Like I'm getting too overwhelmed by like I'm not knowing how they work and then not. But it doesn't mean that who you're going against is always an expert. They might not entirely know what they're doing either. Like that last game was a perfect example of just, I can always draw it if I really want to. Hey Hollow, how's it going? I didn't need to be overly ambitious and try to take the pawn and stuff like that. But that's the rule that you learn at any moderate level in chess, is don't try to go for the win, because wins are not the way you play the game. Just accept the fact that it's a draw and you'll be fine most of the time. Objectively, the majority of the time. Okay, we'll skip this one just because the 4-player thing is going to be difficult to find. Let's see what the next one is. I've been waiting to do this actually for a super long time. This is what I originally wanted to do, in fact. Blindfold play. Okay, I'm fine with doing that, but blind gold. But is this against one other player then? Select a piece to see indicators of legal moves. No, even that shouldn't be allowed, but the cursor changes when it's over a piece you can move. Okay, let's just do it. This should have clearly some people doing it, but actually it doesn't. How come some of these are so fast? I don't get it. Wait, I don't even know whether I'm black or white. I guess I'm white. Now this can be a little bit irritating for sure. So they moved a pawn there. Like, how am I supposed to keep track in the long term? So what would I normally do here, though? I would normally move the knight like there. You have the pin possibility. Like, I can't do this, dude. I'll just say it outright. I cannot do this fucking mode. He's attacking there. My pawn isn't there. You go here to stop the pin from happening. You got to do this all from memory. Like, there's no way to actually do this. You could literally have Albert Einstein try to figure this shit out. The highlighting moves thing is kind of cheating too, but where would I normally go? Like, I don't know where their other pawn went. Actually, I completely forgot. Well, it can't be there because otherwise I would have the option, right, to take it. Yeah, you gotta have no visual aid, no nothing. They just tell you the notation, they tell you the move. What piece did they move there? E6. What is that though? Is that a pawn? Or a bishop? I don't even know. I guess couldn't that be I don't fucking know. We could go back, right? Because we're not covered as we said. I'll just go back to be sure, and then I can try to castle. You could kind of cheat it and keep leaving the circles and stuff around there to let you know. I'm not really trying to do that, but they move something here, darks for bishop. Let me go ahead and make room for my lights for bishop here. I could totally do this too, but I'm just kind of like, okay, they move a pawn there, or no, that's a knight. The notation is really what you got to go by. In fact, if you could see the notation there the whole time, right, that would obviously make it much easier. So nothing's under threat here. I can castle. This is a good memory test sort of thing to try to get you to, say, castle 2. Now, what would you typically do? You can move the rook here. There's a pawn here in the middle. Right, there's a pawn, there's a knight, there's they move the rook there as well. You gotta be Magnus to play. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm not even like, oh, I have to play at a high level. I just can't even figure it out, period. Like, I have no idea what's going on. We'll go back here, and then I'll try to figure out, or you at least have to have a better fundamental understanding of openings, which I definitely don't have. The queen's here, the rook's here, the king's here, the, like, oh my god. Or I need more time, too, because I'm always very slow regardless. You can go here now. And the reason why is because now you want to bring out the dark sword bishop to here. There may be a double take opportunity on there, but would they really be so apt to find it given the fact that nobody really knows what's going on? Their queen hasn't moved, but they have this light square diagonal, but they could take probably a pawn here, but they can't because of the... Actually, they probably could double take it, because I think they have the rook and the thing. But shouldn't there be a pawn here? Because I haven't taken any of the pawns. Right, no real trading has actually happened. Wait, okay, bishop is here, so we have an adequate bishop pair. The only thing I'm not sure about is the fact, wait, didn't they move something here that's like, I don't know. Wait, why can't this move? Isn't this a rook? What? Oh, because the stupid ass knight is in the way. I don't think anything is here. Let me see. Yeah, that's clear path for the knight. Not that I really want it to do anything anyway. We can go to here maybe. I'm pretty low on time too. Anyone would be slow. No, I mean I'm slow kind of in general, though, even in normal games. So it obviously doesn't help to do this. Okay, let's go here. I'm gonna kind of let them initiate the trades, but now I don't have the time to even do anything. Fuck. It's so hard to figure out, like, with the pawns what's happening. This could be an opening for them potentially. Yeah, I should make a point to try to do longer games with these things. Not that that's really an excuse, but if I'm going to be doing stuff like this, I should do like with the 10-minute game I did in the Amazon one, at least that gives me a chance, cuz this way it's kind of bullshit. I'm not losing in terms of the position, but there's nothing I can do because I don't know. What is even happening? Like, does he really have any idea what's going on with the position? Because I certainly don't. Now, there's like a pawn or something in the way. You could move this pawn, I guess. Queen E1. What is E1 now? I don't even know. A, B, C, D, E. Let's just move this shit. I can't even move it. Why not? Wait, I thought I put it there, though. Queen B8. Okay, bro. Fuck me. That one was at least up to me, though. I'm the one who hosted it, so... I move my A pawn, I guess I don't know. Or, it should unblindfold the board now and let me see. Yeah, oh, yeah, turn off blindfold. Let's see what position it was in. I certainly wasn't losing, and actually I was fine. My position's just okay. They could win a pawn here, like I even thought. They take, I take, they still take. That position happens a lot, but I didn't realize it was happening. Or I even pointed it out, but... The rook is here, awkward. So yeah, they weren't even posing a threat or anything. That is actually pretty fun. Like, I've never really tried playing that because obviously it's intimidating, but it just takes a lot of effort. But that could be one of the best ways actually to learn chess at a higher level, like, because you're trying to visualize it the way that obviously better players do. Good game, thanks. Yeah, but just to show, the position really wasn't bad. It's not like he was gonna actually win, or it would have taken him a while to figure something out. So I don't know. This was a double stack. You could have attacked here, tried to do something trade. In fact, my style of play would work pretty well for something like that because I'm so trade heavy anyway that if I trade everything off, it makes it much easier to keep track in that context. But that one is kind of a classic variant, like just very, very broadly used for a lot of things. But of course, you could apply it to any other mode too. Just do the Amazon one, but also where you can't see. Like, fuck. Do two variants that you have no idea what's going on. Capture anything. Okay, let's try this one. I might end up accidentally doing one that I already did on the chess again, but capture anything, including your own pieces and pawns. What does that mean then? What's the win condition? Oh, this is like the suicide thing I was actually talking about, though, but not exactly. It's not that you should capture your own piece. It should be that you can explode your own piece. Like, just my pawn's in the way, so I want my pawn to just disappear, and I'll use my turn to do that. Not to get anything out of it, but other than to get it out of the way. Rating composition. I like how it says that, but what does that mean? Like, it's just a normal game where you can capture your own pieces? Okay, let's do maybe 5 minutes. How about that? Just 5 static. That should be good enough, even though I'm bitching and saying that it should be. It's not an excuse because, look, these players have that time limit too. But when I am doing a lot of these for the first time, I should at least be aware of that. Like, I'm quite happy with the fact that people keep joining these, though. How can I guarantee that, there's so many of them? There must be some lobby that they're looking at that is just showing that. Right, because nobody is ever playing this mode, some of these. Can't you just capture their king and move one? Yeah, I played duck chess when it first came out on here or something. I can't remember when that was, but I'll get to it. I'm doing it kind of alphabetically, so I guess we'll get there if we get to D. But I haven't had a very good streak so far. The whole point of doing this is that you want to see which one you're going to have the best streak with, but all of them I pretty much lost the first game so far. I'm not exactly showing the best indication of this. I guess they could capture their own king turn 1, but yeah, this might be good because you could just play it like a normal game, and then if the need comes up to capture your own piece, like, I don't see why that would even be that useful, though. Or does that mean I have to capture everything to win? Normally it gives a better, you can, but do I have to, or what? It makes no sense. So I'll be winning, I'll be about to mate them, but then I'll just say, let me BM them and take every one of my own pieces first, and then I'll mate them with one, the one that's left. Just capture anything you want. Fuck it. I don't get to see the football piece variant thing here. We get the football background, though. So I'll wait here a little bit. But no, that's the main issue with this. As much as I love these variants, is you're not going to find people really to play against too much. And every time I say that, so let's play like a normal game, and then if the need arises to capture my own thing, then I will. But let's actually try to get on a good streak here. So, or maybe that's the goal. They're trying to do that. Like, you're trying to capture your own pieces. I don't get it. I'm doing it only because he did it. Like, I'm copying him. So now he's not doing it. This must be some optimal line, I guess, that he's going for. It doesn't make sense, though, because I don't know if that's the win condition or not. Maybe that's just considered a good move somehow, or what? I shouldn't get baited in. I'll just try to win in like a normal way. He legitimately did bait me successfully, though, into doing that. Like, I can beat you in a normal game. I have no reservation about doing that. But I've been kind of playing stupidly here. If you take, okay, you got too many takes possible. But no, he did that first move as if maybe that's the point. Like, it's the, what is the one giveaway basically where you just are trying to do that on purpose? So this looks a little scary, but it's really not that bad. It might, okay, what is this, dude? I don't feel comfortable really letting that happen, but um whoops, I kind of wanted to do that, but I wasn't fully thinking it through. This will fuck up the pawn a little bit. This is pinned to the queen. He fucked up my opening by baiting me into doing the take my own pawn. But I'm assuming that's not the win condition, because since then he hasn't done it. So it's just an option that often isn't even going to come into play or have much significance or relevance at all. And so therefore we get to try to push this out. You got to watch this because of course it's not really adequately covered at all. And I'm, obviously got to be weary of the H file here, where if you did that, you could just lose because they'll fuck you over with this. So it's very dangerous. You could go like this, and then, no, but you can't. Close off the diagonal, and then they'll try to fight it back or something. So all I have to do is like move this so that it's no longer pinned. So then even if it gets double attacked or something, this move I wouldn't mind actually, but I don't have to do it. Right, I could still wait. Now I could do some cheeky unleash where I even get like the queen if position was correct. Try to capture your own king with your rook to see what. Yeah, I probably would lose, I'm assuming, because it does seem like it would let you do that indeed. Maybe if I'm about to win, I'll just do it as a BM. So I could just take there, which I don't mind. I don't know. The queen is still pinned though, which is very disconcerting. Just take something, bro. Why are you dragging the... Yeah, thank you. But no, I can totally win this. It's okay. It looks a little ugly, but it's actually fine. You go there with the king, or I mean with the queen. The one pawn there is uncovered. We could do a lot of back and forth stuff. This may actually be a time to... No. You're going to give a check, let's say, here, and then try to take this, but you can't actually do it. And the reason, like, you could take this and then put this here, and then, oh, the king and the queen are pinned, but it's too obvious if that's what you're trying to do. The thing is coming in, but we can do this for now. You can try to give a check here, but it's not really going to work. We closed out that bishop. No, I'm definitely not going to lose this one because and a draw counts as a win too in the context of I don't lose, so I don't die, and therefore I get to play it again. So that technically is the cheat code of chess because the majority of games are going to be fucking draws anyway. So now if I... What does that even enable you to do? I don't get it. Like here, for example, the act of me taking that, if I had a cover... No. Oh, shit. I'm going to accidentally try to switch what I'm moving. And by switching what I'm moving, I will actually take it instead, right? I almost just did that. You could go here and then you could do that. So that's a telltale. Let's see if we can display what this variant is all about, actually. This is 100% the perfect way to show how much perfect sense this actually makes if he lets me do it. Right, we're doing this for education. Okay, see you later. Thank you. Oh, shit, dude. We just showed the instructive... Look at... Wait, what? Wait, no. Oh, yeah, you gotta do it like that. Now, we showed it, and the reason why we showed it is because now that's one very good use of taking your own piece that would not normally happen or be possible, where you almost wish you could do it, because now I get the queen, and now I win the game. So that is actually what you call using the variant instructively. Oh, shit, dude. See, not only do we win, but we do it in a very specific way. But not to get too cocky or anything, but still, I can do... No, I can't do that. I can double stack here. Let's just be careful. You can't do anything with that. If you take, I take. You take, I can still take. That's the real win condition, though. To win like that, rather than just win, period. Right, because we were playing fine. It's not like we were going to lose or anything, but... You could take, I could still take. I wouldn't even mind that. I could go here, no. I'm not 100% sure what I should be doing with this, but I don't want to waste too much time either. You can't take there. You could just... I'm totally going to misclick some shit too here. Let's move this away just period. You could raise this into a check, but the act of doing that doesn't actually do anything for you still, so I don't think I care too much about it. But maybe I should be careful. You can capture your own thing there, which doesn't seem to matter much. I could take... Oh, whoops. I didn't. Okay, fine. I might be getting a little bit too cocky now. You're gonna take there. You're threatening this. Okay, you finally get it here, but it's double attacked. I'm gonna fuck something up now. What am I up by? Like, oh, it doesn't even tell you the raw number value, but you don't even have to let that happen. And the reason why is because you can just go back. If you take, I take. Right, so you don't even have to worry, and I'll gladly take, or that helps me a lot. Because now you get to simply try to trade off the rest of what you have. My advantage was a little better than what I've made it seem, but... I'm just being, like, kind of too slow. You couldn't have taken there anyway, so now you get to... I don't know. What is that gonna do? What is it gonna do? Check, I could just take. I'll just do it because of time. And now I'm gonna lose, or maybe I could draw. God damn it, why do they always come down to time? And it was even a 5-minute game, too. But I literally won your queen, man, in that beautiful, instructive way. Bro. Take here. Try to eat up the other side, I guess. Which we can do here. You have one pawn basically to sack 4. And if I do that, then you'd basically be in good shape. Right, I shouldn't even have to... Oh, wait, I'm down to fucking 0.1 second, though. Oh, I'm actually a dead man walking. Look at this. I'm pre-moving. Oh, because you gave a check. I was gonna say. I'm pre-moving. Oh, my God. Fuck off with the time shit. Dude, you had 5 seconds, too, though. Come on, bro. Fucking stupid, but whatever. At least that one I was winning very positionally and whatever. So let me see what the next one is. We did capture anything. Now we're doing Chaturanga, which is the... Oh shit, are we actually going to get to Chaturanga? I'm speed running through. This is the 4-player one, which people are actually playing, so I'll do the same thing. If I lose... Right? If I don't get first place, it counts as a loss. 850 to 2050. Look at that variance. That one was really inexcusable to lose. I don't even know what happened. Just I started to choke on time. For Chaturanga, I'll definitely do 10-minute games at least, because it's been a while since I played it too anyway. So fucking stupid, bro. The number of games that I could win or that I could draw is like 100%, but then I don't always do it. So I get to move first. I forget what the opening theory here should be. And so I'm gonna fuck it up already. They're gonna team up and gang up on me like the clown that I am. I don't know if you can actually castle with this either. I don't feel like you can. Yeah, like how am I supposed to use the rook then, bro? Move that out of the way, I guess. I don't really understand what's happening, but you could try to move this, put the king there. You got to worry all about the point system, and that's the or you're gonna get forked if you do that. Oh, I don't know. Moving the king out of the fucking way is what's so difficult about this whole thing, right? Because you get to, oh, look how fast they're moving and stuff too. Move to here, move the thing. Like, I genuinely don't know. Like, what is this opening theory with respect to the my whole thing here, though? Let's just let them fight everything out, but then it ends up losing me the game anyway. What you can do now is you can go here, and then I finally can move this fucking stupid ass rook. Okay, so now we get the rook out. The ship is a rook. Everything else is, you know, what it should be. You can go to here. You can give a check, but he'll just take. Everybody's point totals are going to be higher, but obviously I'm playing all defensively, and, you know, we could give a check here. We could get, is this like a Chaturanga version of the Octopus Knight? Like, it looks like an interesting position, but he could just take it. You probably will, and then it'll fuck everything out too. Now you can still capture like the grayed out pieces, but they don't really do anything. This you should be able to take, but you still can't. You could attack the king here, the green king, but I don't know what value or anything it has. So if he tries to grave rob the green king, then I can take it back, I guess. So you can go here to try to maybe stop that. But then I could maybe take this. I forget what it actually gives you for that. You're up to 12 points. You're at 1, I'm at 0. But again, I'll be the last person standing, or I'll mate all their kings at the end, but it won't matter because they'll still win on points somehow. Because there won't be enough left for me to take when I do that. So, like, the kings aren't worth enough, right? The kings should be worth more. It's only worth 3. Like, what the fuck? That's supposed to be the whole win condition of the game. I don't even want it. Right, I could have took it, but I don't even want it. This dude's already up to 12 points, so how am I supposed to even do this at all? If you move this or put any pressure on this, it can obviously lead to the simple fact that you're able to take the rook itself. I'm just playing safe, and I feel like that's the right way to go about it, but I don't know exactly what's happening. It's weird that 960 isn't one of the most popular ones that actually shows up, though. It's yellow's turn, who's winning in a pretty substantial way. Let's go here. You're attacking the bishop there, or you could be attacking the king there now. So it's weird that they're even allowing that to happen. I don't get it. Why would you have let that happen? So fucking stupid, bro. So, I mean, I get second place, but that's not enough to stay alive. Let's maybe do one game. I better not continue this bad streak, though. Is it going to be the one? So we skipped 2 things that were like 4-player ones that aren't going to have enough stuff on them, but let's just show who we really are in this game, dude. Fine, I'll do a 5-minute one. I'm going to fuck up, though. I already know it. Let's just do one just for old time's sake. Just so we can start a good streak. Yeah, this is a classic. In fact, this is the classic, the original version of chess. So it's not that, oh, Chaturanga is a variant of chess. Chess is a variant of Chaturanga, actually. So the royal advisor sucks. It just moves 1 square to the left or right, and that's what pawns do promote into, so the whole queen meta is out the window. And then you also have the simple fact that the elephants suck even worse than the knights, because they just go jump over 1 square and go to here diagonally. So they're like a poor man's bishop. The knight is actually better in this game than it typically is because all the other pieces are worse. The rook is still the rook, the wagon. So the rook is obviously worth infinite points. It's basically your queen. The knight is still good. You go from great to good to trash to trash. The elephant in particular is utterly garbage. He can only touch like 8 squares on the board or something like that, right? Like 1, 2, because he can hit only every other 2, and so it's always the same ones. So even though it's only on one color, it can't even touch every square of that color, right? Think about it. This guy can only hit here, 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 and on that sort of plane. It can't go anywhere else because of the simple fact that maybe I should save this for the next time to have to look forward to. I don't want to force it and then lose because of it. Right, so let's recap what we did. We lost pretty much every single one. We skipped that because we'd done that on the chess. We lost that, obviously, 4-player. We lost the 4-player giveaway. Amazon Jungle Fight was very interesting. I lost that. I skipped that one. I don't know what it is. It didn't even work. Grasshoppers I skipped, I think. That's the one where they're jumping. Atomic I skipped because I did it on chess. Behind the Mirror was pretty cool, but I lost, even though, was that the one I was winning? No, that was the one that I had objectively drawn, but then I chose to lose because I'm a clown. Best Friends Forever was what? Maybe the 4-player one that I also skipped. Blindfold, my position wasn't bad, but I lose on time. Capture Anything is going to be, I was winning and then I lose on time, I guess. And then Chaturanga, I just lose outright. I won't do 960, but okay, fine. So we'll have next time to look forward to for Chaturanga. See you tomorrow. Okay, so today I'll continue. This is only episode 2 of me doing my Permadeath Gauntlet on Permadeath variant Gauntlet on chess.com. I had done, a couple of them on chess, whichever ones were available. So I'll exclude those from this. If there are going to be some that are on both sides. And so the point is that I did it yesterday and I did a whole bunch of them and I didn't do very well. So what I'll do is there's no clear rule set. It just is like I go through and I say, I'll play each one. I'm going sort of in alphabetical order. And I'll play until I lose. So if I draw, it's fine. If I win, we keep going with that same variant. And then if I lose, then I have to move on to the next one. And then when they're all gone, obviously we'll be done with the series. And then I'll go back to whatever, trying to ladder on chess again like I was doing. But yeah, what I'll do is I'll set a certain freedom, and this is the art that I was using for like a thumbnail on some video, and I had done this a little earlier, but obviously it's not anything special. It's just like the little dice to show like 960 or whatever that's supposed to represent. And so the point is that I can make it so that I was losing on time and to things like that. So what I can do is if I'm hosting it myself, right? Like let's look at Chaturanga. This will be my first time playing Chaturanga in a couple years, probably. I don't remember exactly when. I used to play it back in the day a little bit. I was maybe at least decent at it, and it was definitely always one of my favorites. So I played it obviously a little bit even on this channel since having come back. But the thing is, there's 2 problems with this. One, you might not be able to find anybody to play against, and number 2, in a lot of these variants, right? And number 2 is that the time and things like that have been the issue. So the rating I don't care about, even the time I normally wouldn't care about, but I can say it like this. If I'm hosting it myself, if I'm just joining with somebody else who's already hosting one, then I might not have a choice and I might have to settle for different time formats. But what I can say is I'll do at least a 10-minute format in most of these, because some of these I was playing for the first time, like the Amazon one or something like that. So I don't even know how it works. Or even if I have played it maybe once before, I completely have forgotten. So it's unfair a little bit. I should always have time to figure things out and think it through a little more. Right, because not only is it permadeath and I'm playing against people who might be good and experienced, that's all fine. But at least I don't want to flag or, have that issue where I'm learning it for the first time and have such high stakes, of course. That's kind of what I'm all about anyway. But this is the problem, though. I'm at the mercy of whether people play or not. Generally, it wasn't too bad. It seems like when you host a challenge like this, people find it in the lobby and they do accept it, but usually Chaturanga has a lead. No, actually, it usually doesn't. I would always make that joke. I'm the best Chaturanga player in the world because nobody actually fucking plays it. And, I'm glad that this site has all these on there. But unfortunately, it's sometimes hard to find the player base for it. Or you can even make your own, too. You can make, your own rule set and combine different variants and conditions and things, which is a pretty cool feature to have. Really, this shows you kind of what's wrong with the chess community. You have all these amazing variants and all this potential on here, but there's only 162 games and only 1,600 players versus millions just playing the regular version of the game. Like, there's nothing that would indicate that that should be the case. Like, there's so much variety, there's so many good things you can do with it. I'm not saying the original version is bad, but it's like you have so many different things that are all so deep and good. The one thing that I was getting a little annoyed at with some of these too is you're not always winning positionally, right? Like, it's enough just to say, like, okay, win the game and try to checkmate your opponent or whatever, right? And it can be very hard to checkmate in this game. Actually, I forget how you do it. Like, if you get two royal advisors in the end game, it's not like with a queen where it's going to be super easy. But the point is that I would always be in like a winning position and then struggle to actually finish them off. Obviously, the rooks are good, but you only can promote the pawns into the royal vizier or whatever you call it, royal advisor, who's going to be moving just one square diagonal each way. So there's some sort of thing. If you get one of each color, then that leads to a good mating possibility, right? You get one on the light square, one on the dark square, and then it becomes very hard to deal with it. But I don't know, actually. But no, we'll wait for this. If I can't even find a game, then so be it. Maybe the 10-minute time thing will intimidate people, but I feel like that's fair, right? That's at least one condition. I never said what the time format had to be, and I was trying to play into the shorter ones, but again, when you don't even know how it works, that's very unfair because, you know what I mean? Even in normal chess, where I kind of, at least a little bit, think I know what I'm doing, it's still, I struggle on time, so it's very, very hard. Now, if I go against a 2,000 rated player, that's still all fair game. I can't make excuses. But no, it's like a lot of these will have different pieces. Like that one was very cool. The Amazon rainforest, you have like the little camels and whatever, cricket, and all these different pieces, right? So that enough is a difference. So now you should just let us play it out for material advantage and winning, like with a mate and stuff. But on top of that, now it has this other gimmick, like, oh, all the points and trying to collect the crickets in the middle or whatever, the Amazon things in the middle. You don't need to combine it with all that. Like, it should have just been the variant with those pieces, just try to mate each other and play each other. It's different enough on its own. But not only are the pieces different, you also have, all that shit in the middle too. It's like, so the win condition becomes something a little artificial where, oh, it's about the points, not the position, not the material. Like, I was up by a queen. I killed their queen camel thing, whatever it was. Right, and I forget, it could move like a regular horse. It could move like the camel and then even further. Like, it had the option, something like that, right? Where it could move like a knight or a camel or this or maybe these two, something a little extra. I can't say for sure whether that's better or worse than even a regular knight. Like, it goes from here to here. So I'm really just at the mercy of this. I mean, you almost hope that as you're streaming, maybe people will come in and do it just because they want to snipe you and beat you that way. But that's perfectly fine with me too. Um, it doesn't even show you their name of like who's hosting it. But no, there's really nothing I can do. So I was even doing the 4-player one. So I think I lost every single one on like the first try the last time. But there were at least 2 notable games where like I had drawn one objectively, right? The 1-5 check thing or whatever. But then I just chose to keep playing it out, and then I fucked up. And then I also played. Why am I not provisional? Like, yes, I played it before in the past, but it doesn't mean that. So the elephants are kind of garbage, and you just have to not even worry about them, or you get them to a certain point. I do not know how to play this. I've played it, in the past, but it's been a very long time. You can do the knights here. Now, what you don't want to allow is you don't want to allow the elephant to take the knight, right? Because even as bad as the knight is, that's one trade you don't want. So, and like, you only really want to trade pieces for each other. I'm not rusty. He's never seen him before, but I mean, that's not like I'm an expert. You go here, you don't want to overplay these things. The one notable thing is you can't castle and you can't double push the pawns either. I'm not going to even act like I know what I'm doing. I forget how I would do this actually with the elephants. There was something to it, and I don't know what it is. Like, what? I mean, hey, I'll take the free win, but I'm not saying I'm even that good, bro. Hey, our streak is at 1. Fuck it. So let's. Happy birthday. I mean, hey, it's your own. You're getting psyched out, dude. I'm not good. I'm only 1,500 rated too, which means I don't know, like, we just won at the base provisional starting point. I really don't care. I really would have rather just played the game out because there's not going to be much variety of people to choose from. And that's like me when I'm facing anybody at my normal rating that I'm at, like 1700 in normal chess. Like I just get psyched out or something. But no, I'm not going to look anything up even either, like I never did before. But what is the elephant meta? Let's try to think about it. The knights work pretty much the same way. That's fine, right? The rooks are going to work the same way. And so the only piece that you have to really think about is the elephant. It goes on an 8 square grid only of the same color. So it's not even like a bishop where it can touch every square of that color. It can't even do it at all. Like it can only go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, something like that, right? It can only go on the same set rail of the same ones over and over because it can never change the orientation, right? So it's even worse than you might think. And so where is the ideal spot that you would want to bring it? And the answer is I have no idea. I almost feel like bringing it to the edge is sometimes better because somehow I don't know. Like, see, is this game considered solved? Like, why don't grandmasters play this? Why aren't there world championships for this? Like, I don't know why people obsess so much over the base one version of the game. But I always like the minimalistic quality and the simplicity of it for the simple fact that, see, and even the fact that I'm doing 10-minute means that I'm giving them the benefit of the doubt. If you don't know what you're doing, then, you know what I mean? At least you have time to figure it out. If I was really confident and experienced, I would say, okay, I'll play a 1-minute game and just cheese them because I'm so good and I know theory and shit like that. Let's see. Like, is this more complicated than checkers? As much as people make fun of checkers, like it took all the way till 2008 to actually solve it, and that doesn't mean that people can do it that at a human level. And that means that even if you or Magnus or anybody played the best checkers players in the world, you'd get destroyed. So it would take you years to study that too. Like, it's not the way that people sometimes portray it to be. I almost feel like moving them to the edge of the board is somehow good. If you go here, you're just sort of blocking your other pawns and shit. If you leave it here, it's going to be very hard for them to target it. You also have to think about like where they can attack each other, but I feel like they can't. And so even when I'm saying, oh, you should only trade them for each other, it might be mathematically impossible because you think like he goes from here to here, here to here. I go from here to here, here to here. So the elephants have a pact between each other. They're not cannibals. They're, you know, they have a truce. The elephants can never kill the other elephants. And so basically, yeah, I do feel like moving them to the outside is probably better somehow. I don't know why. If you move them to the center, they just get in the way and block everything. Right, and then you can figure out something to do with them later. Quite frankly, you shouldn't even try to move them at all in general. This is the only irritating thing. I guess you could always say skip ahead, but this is really the only one I want to do. So, and this one should last a long time. We're already started off on a good foot with a 1-game win streak. But no, this is how I should treat it. I shouldn't treat it like some marginal thing, like, oh, we're just trying to get through them and just play different ones. You should take them seriously enough, and that's what the 10-minute format shows, is like, this actually matters. You're actually taking it seriously. I'm not making an excuse either why I did so badly on the previous ones, but there are all these different random time formats with little increment, 3-minute with 2-second increment. It's all these things that I'm not even familiar with. Like, you have to, you know, who knows? Knowing my choking tendency, I might very well have lost that game. It's not even like we were very far into it, so the guy just gave me the benefit of the doubt. But we are actually at the mercy of this, which is fine, but, you know, we'll get to duck chess, you know, not too long after this one because, well, it'll actually be forever because I'll just never lose at this, but, you know, we're just going alphabetically. Some of them weren't actually working either because the 960 obviously will skip because I already did that on the chess. That was the only really good streak I've gone on with any of these, where it was like maybe 5 or 6 games, even though some of them might have been against the same person, but that's just the nature of how hard it can be to find a match. What I don't get is still searching there. I couldn't even find it on here, so like nobody apparently plays it. There's only 2 people. Tired of studying openings in chess 9. Yeah, just study all 960 opening theories for the whole fucking game. Right, like I love how people treat that like it subverts opening theory. You could take any one position and study it just as much as you would the regular position, right? It's like, which the regular position is, of course, one of them. Something bizarre happened where I think, but it's not really all that popular on here for whatever reason. Um, what happened was I think I got the same exact position like 2 games in a row, which is incredibly unlikely. So I guess we'll just wait here for a minute. There's really nothing I can do. Pass with checkers, which almost doesn't even make sense how that would work. But that is part of the fun of this. This is like my whole first playthrough Permadeath where I'll play a game blind for the first time, some modern AAA game, whatever, and play it completely blind for the first time. And it's also Permadeath, which means if I die, it's over. So I just try to beat the game without dying, or even sometimes 100% it. And so that's part of the fun, is dynamically trying to figure out how it works and doing that at the same time, which a couple of those yesterday would have been quite satisfying because, I'm like up a queen in the one game, the one where you get to destroy your own pieces. I showed like the perfect, most instructive way of doing that. Yeah, let's just wait a little bit for this. This is unfortunate. Feel like I would have rather just played that game out, even if I might have lost, because I'm not even saying I'm that good, but that guy was just psyched out or something. And so let's see. But no, that was like the perfect instructive moment with respect to the perfect instructive moment of using the kill your own piece to pin the king down, queen down. I don't know if it really keeps track of your history here where you can see the position of the game. It'll show, actually I should look at that, like the archive. It'll show you the result, but I don't know if you can go back and actually analyze it. And the extent to which the engine can actually analyze some of these is pretty impressive. Like, how does it know how these ones exactly work? I can understand like with 960 because it's still the normal pieces, but like how do you know what the grasshopper and the fucking camel meta is that the engine can really adequately analyze it? So you have that one, and then you have, what was the other thing I was saying? Oh yeah, just getting the two 960 positions exactly the same in a row is super unlikely. Those are like 2 clippable moments, actually. So this could take a while. I don't want to go AFK either, and then it won't actually show up. But no, it's like, look how underplayed these actually are. 4-player chess is kind of okay. We tried that. I had done, actually, when this first came out. I like how they keep them around, though. It wasn't there just temporarily for a gimmick like, oh, Clash of Clans crossover. They've actually kept it now permanently. But, I had done that, like my first time playing at Permadeath run. And of course, I lost like the first fucking game, which is becoming a bit of a trope. But that didn't happen here, at least, because that definitely counts. Yeah, let's see if we can see an hour ago. Of course, it wasn't. I do not know how to play this. I'm rusty too. I mean, again, I'm only 1550. I'm not rusty. I've never seen this before. And then he resigns. You get to keep hearing that resignation sound over and over. But again, that obviously counts, just like everything else counts, because when I play like a clown and everything, it's okay. Wait, how do I get out of the screen now that I'm here? But no, if you think about it, you are bringing the things to the outside, bring the knights here, control the center with the pawns a little bit. Oh, here we go. So I'm doing the center pawn value still, but I think maybe my key is don't move the elephants to the middle, because that could just fuck your pawns up and get everything in the way. So I'll try to bring the knights out. There are no pin plays, nothing like that. So you might think, oh, this makes it simpler because there's a certain minimalistic quality to it, that a lot of the pieces are worse. You don't have the queen. The elephant is garbage, worse than the bishop. The promotions are only to the royal advisor, right? All these kind of things are limited. They're provisional 1500, so I'm going to be picking on people who are playing this for the first time. But isn't that exactly what just happened with me the whole fucking way? Because even here I could still take, so I don't have to worry about that too much. But I'm not exactly sure what else I want to do with it. You got to think what their elephant moves are potentially going to be as well. And so, at least it's not like impossible to find a match, but it is sometimes pretty difficult. And nobody's looking for these exact variants. It's just by sheer chance you would get to see, like, what does that really do, though? This is the thing. What does it do? And the answer is it doesn't do anything. right? You go there, you attack this, you can't do anything with that. Like, it's just nothing. So what you can do is try to... If I go here, everything else is still fine. It stops the elephant from, I guess, coming in any further. Now his elephant could end up there, thereby attacking this if I put it here. And so that's at least one problem that you run into. That yes, I want to get this out of the way, but I also don't know exactly if that's worth it. Right, you move this so you can try to develop the rooks. Now you might be being a little bit too ambitious with it, but you wouldn't want to trade a knight for that either, right? It's not good enough to justify that. You could bring this here, or except draw, not quite. You could move the king here, I guess. Right, let's think about the path of the thing. You could give a check potentially with the actual... Okay, this could be good, what he's doing, but I also don't see exactly how, because of the simple fact that... Seems like he at least has a plan. Because of the simple fact that you're not able to even come in any further if I do this. Now, I could be leaving something exposed, because this isn't even covered anymore. I don't even mind putting the royal advisor there and almost using it as a pawn to cover these. You want to open an open file for the rook itself. You also want to consider the fact that they would take, I would take, they would take, I would take, they would take, I would still take. I don't know if I want to do that yet though. Let's move the other thing out here and see what they come up with. We're using the pawns to very strategic. So you can't feel like embarrassed, like, oh, you're taking too long and I'm wasting the other person's time. It's like, no, we're taking this shit seriously, dude. Now this is actually an incorrect move because that's just takeable, if I'm not mistaken, right? Because they don't know maybe how that piece moves. How does the royal advisor move, right? Because the stupid ass elephant can't actually do that. He's disconnected, but he's still there. And that's not even like a big loss because of the fact that it's not really that valuable of a piece. Yeah, the one thing they could do is go like here, here, and attack this, and that can be a little bit concerning. You have to remember you can't block them, right? It would still be able to jump over, and that's a good trade for them. So that was just a free royal advisor. But yeah, let's take this super fucking serious, dude. So the pawn structure is okay. I can't tell whether I'd want to go here because of the fact that, I don't know, the elephants are really tricky to use, but no matter who you are, right, how good you are, whatever, they're just not good. They can only move to like eights. Is it 8 squares? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, bro. Forfeits on time, except they didn't. I mean, they still had plenty of time left. I'm not doing anything that's like really too crazy, so I don't know what to tell you. We win that, we get up to 1558. Wait, why did I get so little for that? Or did I even get anything? These should still be rated. We're on a 2-game win streak. Wait, why did that say... Wait, why am I grayed out there like I lost somehow? That's grayed out. Oh, that's just showing you whether you're black or white. So I guess I can try to do like maybe one more if we can find a match for it. We can reflect on which ones I lost on the first attempt. Free for all 4-play. This is the giveaway 4-player. This is the Amazon jungle one, which I was like up by a queen, up by the camel or something in that. And then this one where it was like a draw on that side of the board. Some of these are fucking awesome. I don't think I ever remember seeing this one. Blindfold, I lost on time. This one was what? This is the one that I was up a queen. Like, I'm disappointed by that tendency in myself that I have like this choke artist nature. I'm like Ding Liren, that I'm always in good spots and I'm always doing well, but then I don't, I don't finish it. I don't capitalize on it. Yeah, let's break down and analyze while we wait for the next one here. Let's break down why exactly is the elephant even worse than the knight in regular chess and just one of the worst pieces possible in any game ever. And the reason why is because not only can it can jump over pieces, which that's one good thing about it that resembles the knight, but everything else about it is bad. It can only stay on its own color, like the bishop, but it can only touch 8 squares on the board. 1, 2, it can only jump the 1. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, something like that on the same grid, 8, right? Somehow I would need the circle to explain it better. But basically that is all it can do. It can never trade with the other elephant. And so if it trades with anything else, it's always a net positive, even with the pawn. If you get like 2 pawns for it, like you trade into a pawn and then have the knight cover up and take something else, right? 2 pawns for the elephant is good. Even 1 pawn for the elephant maybe sometimes is good. It's completely garbage. So again, 1 square, 2 square, 1, 2, 3, right? Then 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8 would be something like that, right? So it can't even touch every single white square. It can only touch 8 of them. And you know, it's limited compared to the bishop. Like, it's just so fucking trash. It's not just a downgraded bishop, it's even worse than that, because it's, and again, jumping over pieces isn't really that valuable in the most of the time. So the knight is actually upgraded quite a bit here, where it's actually only the second bet, you know, it's better than everything except for the rook, maybe even not better than the king, but you don't really want to use that too aggressively. Your king isn't under that much threat here, though, with respect to, there's not that many easy mates that you're going to get, right? Because again, the limited nature of the elephant, the inability of the knight to really effectively mate even in regular chess. So really your only mating threat is maybe some crazy thing with the advisors, or maybe with the rooks. Obviously the rooks are going to be your best for everything, but which gives you a big disincentive to try to trade them, because then you're maybe very much in draw territory. But if you can promote the pawns, you can get a couple royal advisors, and just try to picture what that would look like, where you're covering, you know, like pretend I have my royal advisor here, you're checking, and then you're checking with the light square one, you would be mated. But the problem is you would need a cover for them, so it doesn't make sense. Like, you would need double royal advisors here, and you would be mating the king. But the problem is that, what am I covering those royal advisors with? Maybe an elephant on each flank, or maybe, I don't know. It would still be a lot of work to try to get that to happen. They're not going to cover each other unless they're on the same color, and if they're on the same color, then they're not going to be giving a mate, because it's like, you know, dark square covers dark square covers dark square, but you can still move to the light squares no matter how many of those dark square advisors you have. So let's try to get one more in here at least. Get on a 3-game win streak, but everybody keeps resigning before anything happens. But I guess that one was legitimate, because it's like, oh no, he blundered his queen, but the queen's not even good. Right, he made the telltale mistake that I would always make as a kid playing chess, even though I didn't get punished for it too much. Like, move the strongest piece first, which is the queen, but then you don't want to, because then it gets under threat and you're not developing. But in this case, it's not even the strongest piece. Okay, we'll do some center pawn stuff at the beginning. I'm a big fan of moving the knights at the beginning, though. Right, because we do have the capability to you move the elephant. We're pretty much in the same train of thought. We're going to end up playing some of the same people maybe over and over here, too. You want to move the center pawn aspect here, too. And the reason why you want to do that is because of the simple fact that you can move the royal advisor. They're blocking their own dark square elephant. This is a move that you could make. Okay, and they went the other way with it too. The point is that elephant can't even move anywhere at all. So this knight move is actually free and open for them for now. You can go ahead, put this little crisscross of the royal advisors and stuff. Of the royal pieces, I guess. Or wait a second. Or no, I was going to say, it looked like they castled, but you're not allowed to castle. So they're moving the rook somewhere there, like, randomly, which I'm not really too sure about that. We'll go ahead, we'll go here just for the fuck of it. You got to get, like, a fork or something with the elephant. Right, he just goes back with that, then you're going to bring it here, potentially can be dangerous. So now what area do I want to open up to attack with the thing? And the answer is... See, that in itself would be a bad move, because you're giving up one of the pawns here. This dark square is problematic, but there's not really much I can do about it. Right? It's almost like I would rather... I don't know. I would rather keep pushing these pawns somewhere, but I don't know exactly how. Right? This allows you to come in there and actually give a check. right, with that, which doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but making a piece that useless actually good, it could be problematic. You could like check there and then do something. If I go here, you would take, I would take, you would still take. You're coming over to here. So there's some problem that's being posed. The fact that this square is very vulnerable, right? And my own elephant is blocking it off. So I genuinely don't know even what to do with that. Like, I don't feel like this is the way to put the elephant. This square is extremely weak because it's allowing whatever, too many things to happen. So let's go here and we block it off. Even if I block off my own elephant, and then we go to here with the elephant maybe and figure something else out with it later. So that one I could choose to take, or I could keep going. If I take, they would take, and then I can take back. So it seems like a double take. If I'm not mistaken, they might have something up their sleeve, but I don't see what it is. They could check there, but I would take, they could do that. Okay. The elephant is here on the dark square. It can't go there. It could go there, and it could be attacking this. So that is problematic. So maybe I'll try to stop it from this. But there's too many things that I'm leaving kind of to chance here, where I'm not allowing myself to be covered very well. In fact, these elephants are becoming a major liability. So you're attacking the knight with that. That I obviously cannot allow to happen. And so now I can go back. I don't know exactly where I want to go with that. Basically, my whole mindset and style of play here is I'm trying to avoid, or I'm trying to block off their entry of any pieces as much as possible, which is not a bad philosophy to have, but sometimes it can be a little bit um okay, so the knight comes into there, which again, it can't really advance necessarily for right now. This square would be something active. That was maybe a bad move because I felt like, wait, where was I just thinking of going? Like going here. So if I go here, they can't actually take. I might be getting a little bit overly ambitious still too, but let's see what happens. I want to get the dark square thing actually almost outside a little bit. You gotta watch the elephant moves, especially there. It's gonna be kind of like a worse version of the knight, like in regular chess, like where it'll be useless most of the game and it'll even get in the way, but then it'll make like one clutch move that could be the difference, right? And so he keeps moving those kind of back and forth. So what if now I could go here? And the reason why is because you'd get forked, but also this is a very strong move, right? Because you are posing a number of, wait, but you're losing this. There's nothing you can actually threaten this with in a meaningful way, and the reason why you could like go here, but the thing is you wouldn't even want to take it because the knight's better than that piece anyway, right? So I don't know if that would be that good. So you have a forking potential. In fact, I could have already done it, couldn't I? Or maybe not. But no, you'd be like, if I go here and if you take, you get forked. If you don't take, then I do this. Potentially, but I don't know if they'll do either of those things. Or now you're already forking those two, so you're putting a lot of pressure. You can't take the pawn on account of the royal advisor. So you're doing a lot here that could be very good. This would be, obviously a dream come true. You take the only good piece on the board, the rook. If you just simply trade, you get forked. And if you... Okay, that should be good. So now, it's not that big of a deal because you'll definitely save the knight. Right, you'll definitely save the knight. You don't have a lot of good quality squares to go to with it, but you can potentially threaten the royal advisor as if they even matters. Even taking the elephant here is not much of a triumph. You're going to come to realize later that, oh, I almost wish I had the pawn. But one pawn for an elephant is actually not too bad. Okay, maybe I should do one more even. My new rating is 1571. I don't know how these ratings work in these other modes because it's like... It's a case where you're obviously able to play different time formats, so I guess it won't change it between that. And some of these didn't even have a rating at all. Like, you couldn't play rated in certain of these modes. Yeah, we're trying to actually show that you can go on good streaks with these, but maybe it's a 10-minute thing that's doing it for me, but it's not even coming down to that. Or again, the first two people just resign. Let's try to do one more here. I was afraid. I wanted to do one game of this yesterday just to introduce it, but then I was afraid because I was on such a bad streak. So I said, okay, I'll just do it today. Forum for PC. 4-player chess forum. Variants forum, 4-player chess forum. I mean, that's a variant in itself too, though. Or like they have variants of variants. Like you could make a 4-player version of any of these too. That shows you the endless nature of it. It's like modding in games, or it's like, you know, quality control gets out of hand. There's a million different mods of any game you can make. Ocarina of Time, where they make their own boss, or they change the way this mechanic works, or whatever, right? So you can take any game and just beat it to death like that, and just keep doing it over and over. And so the same thing with chess. Like you can have Chaturanga, but then you can have Chaturanga with a 10x10 board. Then you could have it with a 4-player variant. Then you could have it where certain things work slightly different, where you can castle, where you can't castle, where you have you can double push pawns. There's all kind of different endless things that you can do. That's what I don't like about the standard chess is there's nothing that says that one version of chess is objectively the best one ever, right? Nobody ever has decided on that or been able to say that. It's just like we just settle on it, we just accept it, and that's that. But like it's not perfect. It still ends in too many draws. It has flaws. It is a solvable game. Like so I'm not bashing it. I'm just saying like a lot of the flaws you would observe in some of these other ones you might find in that too. And so basically you get to, you know, realize it's sort of arbitrary and you can always find a certain value in just being able to basically, you would find the value in being able to say that like all these have their own merits as well. It's like, wait, let's do this so we can stop the one knight from coming in. Not that they would even do that, but I like doing both of these, but somehow it doesn't work all the time the way I think it does. Or sometimes I would just leave it here for a long time and it's like you're covering these, but it doesn't really matter that much. Let me go ahead, we'll move the elephants a little bit. Right, even though I sometimes regret these positions. Maybe my thing was I would move them to here, but I don't know why exactly. Because yeah, there's a little confusion with this part of the board. Like, some of this stuff ends up being a little bit vulnerable. Right, like even here you're already like that. Right, that's so dumb. Because you get to... Yeah, see, this is a strong sequence. They could have gone there, attacking this. Even if I put the king there, you could then give the... No, but you can't do it from the same thing. You could give a check there and thereby take the thing, but you still can't. But then the knight also has to be there to even try to initiate that. So I did something already wrong, right? I already gave up the pawn because you would be attacking both of these and there'd be no other way to cover them. That's what you have to realize about this variant is the pieces are very limited. The elephant can never do anything for you. It's just completely garbage. The knights are kind of awkward as they always are, even in regular chess. So the only clean movable piece is really this, or the king, where it's doing something that just makes like logical, complete sense. You know, where it moves in like a smooth, dynamic, normal way. So you move those to the center of the board, but again, just remember that they're not actually able to do anything most of the time. This square is one that I've struggled with actually, though. I don't know actually what... You're setting up for like already potentially a fork in either of these angles that you have, but what did I do to augment that the previous time? I guess I did... Well, we'll see if he moves. We'll see if he moves... I'm giving him a lot of leeway, though. Like, you're attacking this, right? So you'd be able to attack the royal advisor. That's a good move, right? But the thing is that the follow-up plays are kind of not really there. And even if you were to try to give a check with the dark square thing, elephant, you can't, because you can only give it from the very same square that you're doing that, right? You would have to go there, push me out, and then bring the knight back, or the knight would have to attack this from some other angle. So you had the chance earlier to take that, because maybe the king wouldn't have been able to get there, or maybe it always would have. Maybe I'm wrong, but and I may be too concerned with getting these off the back rank because it might not be relevant right away the way that I'm expecting. You're pushing the pawn there, which I don't understand exactly what that does. You would have this forking potential, or it's not even getting forked. You have to push this guy out with respect to the. This is just too ambitious, and it's gonna just get lost out there. I don't know what that pawn move actually does. So if we can push this out, then you're pushing it into a fork, but then you're still not, because then the other knight is there as well. So it's not quite what I want. But that knight is in very dire straits still, because okay, you attack the royal advisor. And so that is concerning because of the simple fact that you get to basically double attack this. And so the simple way to solve that is, okay, let him have the royal advisor, but I would take the knight then. Right, so you have to do something with the knight first. So this is a good trade for him. So you'd move the knight somewhere that would distract me, maybe. You could go to here, and then he would take, I would take, but it wouldn't be a fork. So I have to push 2 pieces back now. Watch. He'll go there. Oh, I'm surprised. I'm really surprised at that. Because this just isn't worth it. That just wasn't worth it. Now you can take and check, but then I can take the elephant too. But the knight, as much as I hate the knight, that's how you know it's actually good. That was a terrible trade because it just wasn't worth it. No, I keep finding myself with one of these squares like very awkwardly out of touch. So you have the ability to basically push this back maybe now. Right, just ignore the pawn. I won't even worry about. Oh, no. But they'll give a check too. So it's actually pretty much mathematically impossible to cover this. But at least if I get this out of the way, then I can connect the thing as well. Connect the, you can give a check here, and thereby, like, you're threatening to take this. Then I can go here. I can't go there, obviously, because of the elephant itself. That's a good move. Let's see what other follow-ups he has. I think this is perfectly okay. Can't take this. You can't do anything with that. You can't do that. This is at least a good, intense back and forth match. So we got to be very patient. So one of the things I guess I was trying to do is even this, but you're just kind of, I'm constraining my movement too much. And so now let me keep pushing his stuff back. This doesn't allow him to do anything of consequence, so we just get it out of there. You get 2 pieces that you can harass nonstop that can't fight back instead of 1, because at least the bishop theoretically can fight back even if it doesn't want to. You have only 1 square to go to, and then it still doesn't really matter. Right, nothing crazy is really happening. I could go here, but then I question what I'm doing because I just don't know. Right, this elephant is in a very awkward spot, just kind of getting in the way. Could go here. I kind of want to go like this, and I don't know exactly entirely why. Just looks like a nice aesthetic sort of structure that you're going for. You go to there, but I don't have to take, or I can't. No, I mean, I could take with the pawn even still. So you would get a pass pawn. If I do this now, I can't move the thing. Right, so I think I'd be okay with just letting him take. Or, wait a second. They would double take on account of this stupid ass thing. So that might have been a very bad move. A lot of things actually are opening up for them. So that knight position was just not very good. I could put this here. Or no. What the fuck happened? It's not even a passed pawn though. Okay, I let them take, then I take, then they take, then I can't take because this isn't covered. But what if I just move it then? Now, they'll take, I'll take. But I can't, oh my god. They'll take, then I'll take with the knight, but then they'll take with the elephant, so I can't do that. What the fuck is this position, man? They'll take, I'll take... That is actually kind of a baffling spot. I don't understand actually what to do. They may very well win a pawn. Oh, but I just fucked it up even more, didn't I? Oh, come on, bro. Come on. The fuck is this, bro? You can go ahead. You can take the elephant. My position was still generally pretty good because I took a knight. So they only have these dinky elephants, but now a lot of good things actually opened up for them. I'd be willing to sack that, and as long as I can get this shit out of the way, I'm fine. Like, it's still okay. I'm not entirely happy with how that went. Um, right, materially, I should be still okay, or maybe not too okay, because you get to... I don't even care. Like, I don't care about the elephant, dude. I can take it with this, and then you can't do anything to it. You could fork it, though. Or you would have this... Well, you'd have to address that first, I guess. Right, you would have to actually address the fact you fork, but I take there, I take back, and now you can take this, which again, normally might seem like a good thing, but it's really not that big of a deal. Okay, now we have to play very accurately from this stage on, which is very difficult to do. You can go to here, so the elephant can't really come in too effectively, but it is covering that one at least pretty well. The elephant comes in, and the other side elephant is also pretty free to move, so I'm not too sure what's happening. Like, imagine actually being scared of the elephants. In the long term of the game, they're not going to be good, but somehow I've let this happen. So, they have no knights, I have one knight. So that in itself should be the difference in the game, because it's actually a decent piece here. That seems cute, but what does it actually do? That's the thing. It doesn't actually do anything at all. And so if you just... I could move mine out, but I don't really know why even. So what you can do now is you can try to... Oh, I don't know. I'm kind of shitting the bed with the elephants a lot. I think I fucked up another pawn or something. Yeah, just go here. Then if oh my fucking god. Yeah, I mean, again, yeah, I'm you treating the elephant like it's even the knight in regular chess. Like, just don't, or you should treat it that way. Just don't move it. It just gets in the way. It's not doing anything. I don't have a plan for it anyway. Theirs isn't doing that much either, and now I have to worry about time a little bit. In the long term, I should win this, and the reason why is because I have the knight, and that's still invaluable. Anything that happens with these dinky pawns and the dinky elephants is not going to be that consequential. In a way, it's almost a good thing at times to trade them, but... So they're not actually going to do that there, and so let's just move this again. I mean, it's really unbelievably... Oh my god, I just can't deal with that. It's just in the way, like, I don't want it on the board, man. So that's one advantage right there, that you have the simple fact of... What if you go here and then you set up to do like this? Right, that in itself could be pretty good, but then there's not really much of a follow-up play, I guess. They're moving a pawn there. Let's move some stuff here, I guess. Just so I can acquiesce to the elephant and move that. Like, I don't fucking know. Moving the king, we have a nice little pawn structure here. You're double stacking, which is a little bit scary, so now I have to figure out something I can do. And there's not much I really can do. Maybe I gotta just figure a way to move the king itself, which is gonna be pretty hard. I don't know, I'm kind of at a loss now, I'm struggling. You gotta move the king out of the way, and if you can move the king out of the way, then I can connect my rooks as well. Get it to like over here maybe. But in that much time, there's a lot of things they can do. Yeah, I fucked up with the elephants a lot, just with moving them superfluously, which is like any move at all that you do with them. There's a lot of things that maybe they could have even already done. I think I just have to do this right now. So if they give a check, I can just block it. And so that should still be fine, I guess. Right, they could have already just like, I don't know. If I go here, I attack this. You can't really give a check. But no, you could debate like take this, then if I take, then you check and take this. So I can't even take it. And then you're gonna be like double attack. I don't know. I don't know. There's so many things they could have done here. So their elephant is actually doing some pretty good work. They're threatening this. And I can't go there either. They can't take there. At least here, they would take, I would take, and then they would pin it. Oh my, how did this position become so fucking impossible? Is double stacking onto there. So now this would open up all kind of checks and things for the thing here. You can go here for now. So now that covers that square. So mostly everything should be covered. This thing won't be covered. Um, Maybe this could be good because if you take, then you'll go down. You can't go there. If you take, I take. If you go here, you're double attacking. This guy did outplay me. Like, he had a lot of good shit, but he didn't take advantage of it. You can take there. Nothing I can do about it. So, I mean, I mean, I'd love to trade a rook here, but I seem incapable of actually doing that. We have a minute left. Is this how my streak's actually going to end? Not that it was much of a streak, really, but... I don't know. I can't figure anything out. This is at least covered, I guess, on account of the elephant itself. Which is kind of weird, but... I would love to trade that off. I'm still not in a terrible spot, but I mean, the knight's not really coming through. No, the elephants are a cancer that can be very, very hard to deal with. Like, they actually use them pretty reasonably well. You can put something like almost here because of the elephant. That's actually covered. They had a lot of things, I'm just going to say. So now they have to try to get out of there, which there's still only almost that square to go to. And if you do that, then it's kind of just back to square one. We're just moving back and forth a lot. So my mistake was maybe not connecting the rooks a little earlier, but it's very hard to do that sometimes. Is there a way that I can like block it? But the answer is I really can't. You're attacking this. Can't take it there. You can give a check from here, which is itself maybe fruitless because of that. Let's try to flag them. I'm not too happy with the way this game went, but we got to make the best of what we have. And so you basically get to just feel he's too much in control of the position. Like, he can basically just do whatever the fuck he wants, and there's nothing I can do. Right, the king is just stuck. The thing is just... everything is just fucked. Maybe I can start doing like this, because... I really don't know, man. Just like nothing can move. Nothing can even fucking move. I don't understand what's happening anymore. You can go here and like pin it down, but you couldn't even really take it. You're gonna bring the advisor in, but it's gonna be a bit of a slow play. Like the knight literally can't even fucking move, bro. I'll just keep moving the elephant back and forth, and they'll come up with some god level sequence to beat me, which is okay. I mean, they played very well. There's no increment, no. But it was a 10-minute game. Like, what do you need an increment for? I'm the one who's low on time. Why are you bitching about time, dude? You got a minute left, bro. And my position is totally screwed, but I appreciate you taking forever to do this. Like what, 10 minutes isn't enough? Let's play a 3-minute game, but with a 2-second increment. Like, fuck it, dude. Okay. If you go to there, I could do something else. I don't know. Keep doing this shit back and forth again and again. If you go there, I can take 4 seconds left. Let me see what I can do. You can threaten to take this, which you probably should be able to take it pretty easily, or I'm very happy with doing that. And now, okay, fine. Yeah, and he's complaining about the increment. Like, what the fuck does that have to do with anything, dude? Okay, whatever. So we at least won a couple of those in a row. It doesn't show it here. And of course, my name would make me think that I'm pretty good at it. But it's misspelled, and I haven't stayed true to that name at all. But it is true that I can only play variants on here, and I can also only play either variants or like unrated games against like friends or like that bot challenge I was doing, stuff like that. So how many did I actually win in a row? Like maybe 1, 2, 3. And I mean, at least this was a pretty well played game. Like he had a lot of chances if we look through it. Like I don't know if we are actually going to get an engine analysis thing, but there were a lot of good things. So maybe moving those to the center is better. But even the way he did it was wrong. Like even if you're going to do that, I don't know. Actually, his position was just unbelievable. Like it was actually crazy. Right, you're getting the double stack. Like in this kind of game, it's just way too strong. But no, like there's all kind of stuff I can't even remember now. But like for example, even before that, right? Even if you just took this, right? What can I do, right? Because if I take here, now you go here, and now I can't block or you take, block or you take, and the act of me moving. In fact, I'm even mated. I'm even mated there. I was even thinking like if you do that, then I'm forced to move, and then you take there. But that was even a fucking straight up mate. That was an unusually strong position to actually see. This is a weird variant. It's actually pretty good. I like it. But no, you almost never see a position that decisive. So what exactly is it that I did that's different? It's like my whole moving elephants to the outside maybe wasn't the best idea. See, that in itself was not a big deal because he let me take the knight. Actually, that was actually good for me. But then then my knight ends up just in an undesirable spot. Then we're forced to move there. I mean, this was a pretty good player. Okay, so now I'm sacking that. It's just... First of all, you can't let them get an open file that easily, or my rook should be on the open file. But yeah, this knight on the edge of the board was stupid, and also... This whole elephant shenanigans is really fucking dumb. You should at least put one of them in the center and one of them on the outside. Something like that, but... It's very, very hard to just get them out of the way. Now you have 4 pieces that... It looks interesting. Yeah, it's pretty simplistic, like pretty minimalistic. Like all your pieces are kind of worse. The elephant kind of sucks. The queen is no longer existent. It kind of, only moves the 1 square. Okay, see you later. Okay, so today I'm going to continue my little permadeath variant gauntlet that I'm doing, and I was very disappointed last time to have lost Chaturanga, because that was one that I really liked, but the guy... See, that's the kind of loss I don't even mind, though, in the sense that... Does it let you actually see them properly? Like, the whole review? It does. the engine doesn't seem to really work here, but this guy did outplay me. It wasn't really because of time. He just played a really, really good game. And I don't know if he's played this since. I don't know if this is the current rating or the rating at the time, but he was even asking about increment at the end. But like, let's try to understand a little bit what he did. Moving the elephants to the outside might not be good, but I feel like I always used to do that. And I'm not acting like I really am an expert, but see, this was even like a bad play because you're giving up. You're taking the royal advisor, which is not really that great for the elephant, and then I'm taking the knight, right? So you took the royal advisor basically for the knight effectively. You traded it, but the knight is much more valuable, and you know I'm being objective when I say that because of how much I just shit all over the knight. No, he actually played a very good game because look at all the attacking opportunities he had, and he didn't even take advantage of a lot of them, but look at the insane position that he creates now. He does this, right? Now, there's so many things you can do because, well, first of all, you've trapped this, but even if I take here, right, you take with the elephant, so he's actually using the elephant well, then maybe you are supposed to bring them to the center. But he fucked up his own center pawns because, right, you're not supposed to put them in front like that, I would probably assume. I mean, again, I've never studied or seen theory on this. I'm sacking the elephant because it's just so shitty. Stuck between two, the ultimate chess nightmare, like the Scylla and Charybdis moment. You're stuck between an elephant and a knight, two garbage pieces, but okay, even that's still fine, right? I'm not in a bad spot, but now it becomes a disaster because now he has the ability to try to do an attack like there, which would not be the end of the world still, but this is, again, that wasn't really a good move because now what could you have done here? I guess you could go here, and then if I take, then you just take that, right? But he doesn't even do that, so he's missing moves. But again, I'm getting so frustrated by the elephants that I just get triggered. Now it's pretty much over because you double stack the rooks in a game where the rooks are obviously god level. Basically, they're like queens in this game because there's nothing else good. I act like I'm giving a little fork, but the problem is it's a fork with no conviction because you don't really want to take that because the knight's too valuable, right? And the elephant's garbage. So now you're screwed because all you have to do is double stack, and there might have been a lot more that he could have done here that he didn't take advantage of. Like, I forget. Like, there was something better even he could do, right? Because if you go here, or yeah, even this. Watch this. He takes here. Now if I take back, no way. No, it wasn't like that. There was something really good here. I forgot. Let me see. That in itself is covered, right? I think somewhere here, like I move the knight and then it would work or something. There was definitely something here. I mean, first of all, you can't give the check there. You give a check here, and then I could block, and then you could take, and then I could take. I think it's when I move the knight here that something fucks up, but I don't even move it. I swear there was something, whatever. I flag. What was it? Like where he could have just taken the knight or something, and then even if I took back, I'm screwed. It must have been before I put the knight there, maybe? Like if he goes here now. No, I don't know. Now you can't go here, right? Huh. I swear to God. You could go, okay, maybe you could go like this now. You go here, double attack. Yeah, yeah. Go here, double attacking the knight. Now it's like, oh, I have to move the knight because I can't cover it any other way, right? But if I do move the knight, now you could. Wait. You could take. I could take. No, it still doesn't work. There was something where he could, like, have taken the other rook on the other side. Whatever, whatever. But anyway, let's do the next one after that. That one really is kind of a sad one to lose like that. But the one thing I resolved to do is at least, and I did go on a decent streak. I won like maybe 3 in a row or something, but still. I'll do like 10-minute games for a lot of these if I can, right? There's no limit to. Okay, 960. I obviously done the chess, so I'm not going to do that one. Chess and checkers, which I don't know what it just means. You're using the checkers pieces. chess with checkers or chess and checkers? I guess I'll just look up by checkers. They don't really organize this super well. I'll assume that's the same one, right? Checky giveaway, Checky atomic. Really are a lot more on here than I even realized. That's what checkers. I'll try to do the 10-minute thing again just to really flesh it out, and it's hard enough for me to deal with time pressure even in regular chats, let alone when I have to figure out something for the first time. Like, I don't even know how this works. All pieces are turned into checkers but still serve. Wait, what? Oh, that's stupid. I thought it meant they would actually work like that, which might lead to a lot of hard locked moment. So it's just a fucking cosmetic thing. This is like blindfold level 1 then, where you just have to. That's lame as fuck. If you're gonna do it, at least commit to it and make it like. So that means this could only move like from here to there. Right, that would create all kind of problems, but that's fine. Figuring that out is part of the thing. Still serve as regular pieces. Why would you want to do it then? Right, just go play blindfold then. This won't be as hard to keep track of though, because at least you can see where the pieces are. So all you have to do is remember what they are. But again, this whole premise of, oh, they should be quick matches is like, who do you think we are in the game? Like, do you think we're grandmasters or something? Like, we can barely play the game normally, and you want us to do this? Like, oh no, just do it in 3 minutes. It'll be fun, they said. Like, you don't even know what the fuck you're doing, right, in each of these modes. Even if you were a grandmaster, you might struggle a little bit, like, with some of these. Not with this one, but like, oh yeah, the Amazon rainforest peace one. Like, you don't know what a cricket moves like, what a camel moves like, right? So no matter how good you are in other areas, you're doing something completely different. So I don't know, just like you got to at least be willing to take the time. There were at least 4 people playing this, but this is a total gimmick one that wastes the opportunity, right? Because you would be able to jump over, it would be like checkers, but with something on every square instead of only, only half the squares, the way that the checkers board is set up with the colors. That's why when people ever pose like, what if you played like a checkers pieces versus chess pieces, like one side is checkers, one side is chess, but the problem is that half the squares on the board would be dominated just by the chess pieces, right? And they couldn't do anything about it, where the checkers pieces can never go on those squares. It's like the elephant with how bad it is, but I mean, it's like a bishop, but then it's kind of resembles the elephant more because it's limited on like a locked grid of only 8 squares and all this shit. So there were even 4 people playing this. I kept doubting that I'd be able to find a match for some of these, but then eventually somebody would join. So it's rated. I've never played this one before, but I mean, it's like using it. I have that piece set myself on like with chats where, it makes the board look like this, but I guess it's different because your opponent's not playing it like that, right? Only I can see it that way. So we'll wait a couple minutes. I'm only going to do a couple of these anyway, but I should go on a win streak with this. But yeah, I think 10 minutes is fair. So all I have to do is remember where every piece went. And usually there's a pretty good reference point. Like, you're going to know kind of what you're trying to do with them. So this can be pretty valuable. Like, we did the blindfold one for this purpose too. And I think I was in a fine position. I was in a very drawish, normal kind of game position. And I actually flagged, right? So that's kind of my weakness that takes the fun out of it, but that wasn't a 10-minute game, so at least here, this is going to be my new attempt to do it, where from the beginning I didn't set a hard rule as far as what the time format should be, but I kind of just went with whatever the default one is here, which is, it always seems to want you to do like 3 plus 2, which is stupid. Right? If I'm going to do it, I may as well take it seriously. Just like is my philosophy, even with regular chess, like how I want to do classical and 30-minute ones. Like, what is the value in doing bullet and all this stupid stuff? And the point is, there is no value, especially at the low level. So this is unfortunate because it could take a while. Let's look at all what we have in our history. So we did the free-for-all, just like a regular 4-player chess game. So I placed in 3rd, I guess. +5, +21, -9, 7. Right, so I would have to be 1st place in a 4-player match to win. This one I was 4th place, apparently. 4-player giveaway, but look at the time formats. Then this one I actually did try to do in a 10-minute, right? but I still lost. Okay, here we go. So here we typically do this, right? If you know opening, so that's a pawn, that's a pawn, that's a knight, right? Once you're familiar with some of these core ideas, it's not that big of a deal, but at the very least, it would take a little bit longer for the simple fact that he's 1476, so it's not like he's good at this mode. But this mode is a total gimmick, you know, just like window dressing, blindfold level 1 or something of the sort that you could call it. Like, this is the knight. So if I don't do this, he will be able to pin it down because then the queen would be pinned like that. Sometimes I actually forget even, right, the queens are on color. Wait. Or maybe I'm even wrong still. No, oh, I misclicked. Nice fucking game. Nice fucking website, dude. No, I actually won't count that one because I'll still win, but that is fucking bullshit. I forgot how the site works with that. Cause like, why would I do that otherwise? Why the fuck is it like that? What kind of a fucking site is this, dude? I'm always fidgeting around. I'll still fucking win too. Yeah, fuck you. I don't know why you did that. Can like people somehow see that I'm streaming? Because sometimes I almost feel like they're reacting to what I'm bitching about. But okay, I won that somehow, even though I don't know why he did that. But no, the point was they go there with the pawn. I misclick. They do it as out of an honor code system. So I'll take the win. So it doesn't show your rating here though until you go to the next one. We will do a 10-minute game. I totally could have come back too, because clearly I'm better than this guy, but one observer is myself. So are you really an observer if you're playing the game yourself? But I guess since it's over, maybe it counts that. So that would have been a bishop. That's a pawn. That's a bishop. So we lost the knight. Again, it doesn't mean I would have lost, but I'm always used to that on chess.com is wait, what? Oh, that's just so you can cheat, but that's only after the game is over. Like with chess, I always kind of fidget around. So like I assume, let's see how it would work if I go back to here. I don't know if it'll show it the same way, but oh, doesn't it normally let you do it like you're analyzing it? Like if I go back to the beginning here, you go, okay, never mind, somebody's playing again. I almost wouldn't have minded if it was the same dude. Again, get a proper rematch. So I got to be very careful. Just click what you really want to move. Right, don't do that touch move rule mistake that everybody does in real life and gets away with it, like including Magnus himself. He'll touch a piece and then he'll whatever, you have to actually forfeit. Not even that you have to move the piece that you touch, but you literally have to forfeit if you touch and then touch something else and fuck around with it. He lost to some female grandmaster player. That is like some famous clip. I'll actually look at it here in a second. So he's attacking here with the bishop. So you have knight, 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 bishop, right? Pawn, pawn. You can go back to over to here, and everything would be fine. Let's see. So I could have actually taken this pawn, but I normally wait. Wait. What? Oh no, that's not the knight then. That's the queen, isn't it? Wait, what? I'm so confused. Or wait, it's not even showing you what your movement patterns would potentially be. This is to attack there. I'm actually completely lost. I don't... The queen moved there, so the knight hasn't been moved, and now he's attacking into here. So the bishop and the queen would be double. Okay, so he's playing something a little different than what I was assuming. You have the knight, knight covers pawn, and the bishop itself is attacking there. So the queen, no, that's not the queen. You go back with the knight, which is not a very good spot to put yourself in. And this pawn could be a little bit annoying, but you're not going to just move it just like that. I may not have a choice but to do this, but sometimes what you're supposed to do here is something weird, like just, you know, like if I target the bishop, it's worth it for the trade rather than getting stuck like this. But you have the double attack here. That's the knight itself. Let's do some cheeky, over the top, ambitious play, but I can't even do it. Whatever. I don't know. This guy's playing weird, but that clearly shows you that I would win. Or I can't even hardly see the chat from here. Hang on a second. And he's not doing his copy paste message as usual. The first time maybe he's missed it on the streak. We could just take this for free, which is the thing itself, right? Then even if you push this, it's okay. Because whatever. Oh no, it's not for free. Never mind. Hang on, let me see. They changed the way this Twitch layout works. I can't actually see it as well. Oh, guess what my next chat is going to be. I guess I guessed it before I even realized he said that. But this is covered by the thing itself, by the rook. Right? And because it's covered by the rook, this is a knight, this is a knight, this is a pawn, this is a bishop, right? And so you can't take this with the queen. And the reason why you can't take it with the queen is because of the simple fact that the rook is covering it. So I could go like this to kind of shut down that whole angle of attack. And that's not too big of a deal if I do that, right? It doesn't really matter. It could be a problem later, but I feel at least moderately safe in doing it, I guess. Everything else is covered. Everything else is accounted for. The stupid-ass knight is definitely in the way. This one you feel almost obligated to take. And the reason why you feel obligated to take is because he's not even covering it. And so now if I put the knight like there, then it'll shut down this whole other side. So I like that. Right, and also he made another mistake because of this. Right, being the bishop itself, attacking the rook. So that was a big missed opportunity, but he's also not seeing it here. And that's just a free, so this guy can't handle it. This guy's just not good enough. You had 10 minutes, so you have no excuse, right? This is like a real legit game, so we're up a knight. No, we're up only a pawn and a rook. We traded the bishop for the knight. I guess this isn't so bad if you just really take your time but nothing's really happened. It's like he's just missing obvious things in a basic position that has nothing to do with anything. Right? It's not like it's blindfold, so you can just do whatever you want. Now I'm going to get overly ambitious and possibly fuck something up. What you should actually probably try to do is just, if I bring the queen there, you have, again, queen, king, knight, bishop. The queen goes into here, takes this, covers this, covers this. Right, now this is the, what is this? This is a pawn? This is a bishop attacking here. This is a bishop here that just took the rook. If I could just give a good light square check, you'd be in great shape. So that's attacking there, but should I not just be able to take it? This is the knight. Is it not? So I think I can just take it for free. If not, I guess I'm going to lose the game, but I'm pretty positive. I'm pretty positive that this is actually the thing itself. If we go on the back rank, we can't actually do it. I would love to compel the trade in some way. Oh, this site, dude. This site, I can't play on this site. What is this? But people aren't taking advantage of it, but what is wrong with it? Why do I keep doing that? What the fuck? It's not even a pre-move. I don't understand what I'm doing. I'm getting lucky because these people aren't catching it, but I gotta be just not even touch the fucking mouse when I'm not moving. So this is a knight, this is a bishop. Let's get this one fucking over with at least. That's so fucking lame, bro. Like, I'm not even fucking touching it. We can go to here, cover, attack the check. You should be able to give a check, like, onto the back rank, but then he'll take with the thing. Otherwise, I could take the rook. So all we have to do is get our other pieces into the game, whether it be the knight or whether it be the actual... This is a knight. This is a... I like how it doesn't even show you the legal moves because it makes it take even longer. You know... Except draw. It makes it take it even longer. You could have taken my queen there, actually. So, I mean... This guy was just bamboozled and had no idea. I wasn't doing that as BM. I am so angry about that. Like, what am I missing? I can't even find the option to change it. Enable pre-moves. It's not a pre-move, though. Not that I'm trying to pre-move anyway. There's something like you're clicking to move instead of dragging to move or something like that. Right-click to cancel pre-move. Show coordinates. There's some other thing, but I can't find it. It's like you only click to move or you only drag to move, and it limits you in some way. But he didn't actually do his message either. He was asking me to guess. Okay, let's do another one. We won 2 in a row. It should be like 1540. Maybe this one could actually be fun because see, this is one that resembles like the regular game, and it is again just like a little gimmick. But of course, the 10-minute thing goes both ways with respect to, you know, it's benefiting them too. And so the only thing that's bothering the shit out of me is the fact that I keep clicking stuff off. So the first game, the guy just resigned as soon as I did that. The second game, he didn't take advantage of it properly. Or like I keep accidentally dragging it or something. This is the queen. Queen's on color. That's what you have to remember. Right, the queen is on its own color. Okay, this is the queen pawn attacking the pawn here. I don't have to do it, but I guess my trading tendency is always there, so they can take with either one. Now they have the pin opportunity, but it's not a very strong pin opportunity. And so I don't really have to do it. I can do this, and then I can try to castle. Even if you pin it here, I can just ignore it. And so therefore we go here. This is a queen, knight, knight, bishop, queen, bishop. And so at that stage, maybe this will make me actually play better in a way that, you know, I'm actually forced to pay attention, where sometimes I just get very lax. Now here we can just attack with this because the queen is indeed covering it. We can just kind of push this out a little bit and develop and pin my own thing down. This gives you an even greater incentive to trade than what I normally have. But just somewhere along the line, the guy's going to lose track of the pieces, right? One of the pieces, and then you'll just get screwed. So that's fine. Now we can go like this. You pin it down to the queen. And then I don't have a good way of double attacking it, but what I can do is I can obviously just take it. Which I don't necessarily even want to do, I'll admit. I'll just do it. So now the queen will be on there attacking into the knight, covered by the bishop. This is going to be double covered here as well. And the reason why is because now the bishop and the queen are both attacking it. And that also acquiesces to my light square diagonal potentially, right? Or no, wait. No, my light square thing is here. My knight is here. So wait a second. This is a knight. This is a knight. So there's really no move that I feel like I'm super compelled to do right now. Everything is fine with this position. Let's recap. This is a bishop. This is a queen. This is a pawn. This is a knight. No. Yeah, this is a knight. This is a bishop. This is a queen. This is rook. This is queen. This is knight. This is rook. What is this? He goes here. This is a bishop. Bishop is attacking the knight, which I wouldn't even mind that trade normally, but I don't know. You could move the knight here, which seems like a good position. But let's go ahead. Let's move the knight. Just develop it overall, right? Bring it towards the center, even though it's going to probably block something. The bishop is here still. This teaches you that little snarky lesson that the higher rated players always say, which is a good lesson, but it's like, check your... Shouldn't I be able to take this? No, I keep thinking that's the bishop. This is the night, like, check, look for your checks, look for your covers, look for your whatever, like all the basic things every move, as if it's not common sense that you should be doing that, but it's not as obvious as you maybe think. So this is the bishop itself. If you have the bishop itself, this is the knight, this is the knight. So I don't know actually what to do with this. This goes here, but it's not covered then. So this is the absolute nightmarish trouble that the knight can get you into, and I don't know even where it's going or what I'm trying to do with it. These people shouldn't be able to beat me, but let me not get too cocky. This is the bishop itself. So the bishop itself is going to attack his bishop, and if it attacks his bishop, then I will have adequate cover on every level. And the reason why is because if it takes, but then takes, then the rook takes. And if anything else happens, it's fine. This is also my reductive mentality of trying to always do these dinky trades. I could go to here, but it wouldn't really do too much for me. I was thinking I could pin it down, but it's not really going to do anything because I can't double attack the knight. Or yeah, I get ads on here too because I'm not premium or anything because I don't really play on here because I just use this as like a backup. But this is a perfect thing. I got to 17, so my reward is I get to do this. Then I'll get to 18. Then, you know, I can do it again or whatever. That could at least be a good criteria for doing it. You could take here, but I can take back. And you could also take, this is a knight, this is a knight, right? We're going to find ourselves in a nightmare endgame. He has a bishop and a knight. Bishop and a knight, pawn, rook, 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 knight, knight. So this is a very awkwardly positioned thing that I'm not entirely sure about. So this is the queen itself. And so what you have to do now is you can consider the fact that I think you just blundered the queen to the knight. And so there you go. That's the game. Nice fucking just wait for people to make mistakes. But even in a more extreme sense, the fact that, you know, you're struggling with that, but hey, it's a level playing field. Who am I? I'm just some random dude. I'm exposed to the same, you know, format that they're using. It's not blindfold, but it's like a level of blindfold, right? Like where you can still see the piece, but you can't see what it is and you can't see its legal movement pattern. So, you know, I did the true blindfold one earlier and I lost the first game where it was just like, what was it? Yeah, here. So this, you just can't see anything. It lets you turn it off. But again, that position was far from decisive. It's just like a normal drawish position. But that one was very hard to keep track of. But this one is actually not so bad. Right? You just have to kind of keep reminding yourself what it is that you're doing. So chess with checkers, 10-minute. Let's do a couple more, I guess. Yeah, this is what we want, though. Not to get arrogant, but we want to go on a long streak to show what this format is all about. It's not about permadeath, like, oh, you know, if you lose, you have to play the next one. But the point of that is you're not supposed to lose, so it shouldn't come into play, right? Whereas sometimes the way I display it is, oh yeah, let's just get through every single one as quickly as possible, more like it's a speed run than a permadeath run. But you know, that's why it's not a gimmick, even like, oh, look at this guy using a permadeath gimmick, as I do with everything I ever do. It's more like a philosophy that there's a penalty for losing, so the point is that I shouldn't lose. It's not that, oh, haha, look how cool it is that every game I lose, I have to switch to a different one and get variety, which is still good, but it's like, it puts a certain pressure that if you are a clown and you do lose, then you have to pay the price. And it gives you the premise that you should not be losing just period ever, or even if I draw, I survive, so I don't have to worry about it. And in a game like chess, usually that's a pretty amazing power to have, because then 75% of your games are going to be draws anyways, at a higher level, whatever, and the rest should be wins. So you should just never lose, or even if you lose, it'll be a small percentage of games. Yeah, don't play me when I'm fucking pissed about losing Chaturanga, because now that shows you the telltale example. I'm not even mad about that game the way I am about some, because like the guy legitimately just played really well and just beat me, right? There's nothing I can say. It wasn't because of time, it wasn't because of anything, right? He just legitimately played well. So those kind of losses I can at least respect. Okay, so let's do a couple more. Maybe I'll just skip arc because I'm doing so well on this and I'm enjoying it, but I probably shouldn't do that. But thankfully, it's not been that hard to find matches for the simple fact that you're able to, you know, for the simple fact that you're basically able to, and no, actually, I fucked up twice with my clicking thing, which I still am not entirely confident in, but I don't understand exactly what happened with it. I must be setting up a prearranged thing, right, too, here to farm rating, but okay, let's go wait for the match to happen. I guess I'll do one more. But no, I mean, this is as close to normal chess as what you are going to get. You go ahead, you double push the king pawn. That is just a pawn move, which doesn't open anything up, so I can just develop the bishop here. You bring it down, I take, perfectly fine, or I can't take. I can give a check here, you can do that. I don't have to do anything with it, but let's just consider the possibility. I don't want to do this until I do this first, so you can't pin it down. Then I could go here, then I could go there and double attack it, but you're not going to let me between all the options that you have. This is a light square attack, which doesn't actually do anything at all. And so you get to... You could go to here as well. You're also attacking the bishop. You could just bring the bishop back to there if you were to do that. Now you can't bring the bishop back. Oh, shit. You're out of your opening theory prep already, dude. Because now what happens? You can't cover it with anything else. And so, at the very least... Actually, I don't know what you do with that. Maybe it's not that bad because like you could just put the queen somewhere and then you just I would take, you would take, and then I can't take. So maybe it's actually not that big of a deal. You would think you deserve something for that because now the bishop can't even come back to cover. So now you have the knight, the bishop, the knight, the bishop. See, this is where I get pissed too. It's like, shouldn't I win something because of that? But somehow I don't. That's the problem. Somehow I just don't. So I could try to drag it out even further, but I'm happy with just doing the trade. I just don't know exactly. I don't know. I'm kind of too lazy in those situations. You'd actually give me a check there, which I don't fully understand, but this is a bad spot to have the bishop in, too. I'm almost one move late with my castle. Let's just get it over with. So you have knight, bishop, queen. And then obviously my only active piece really is the bishop right now. Everything else would be on its starting square. You see how much I fear the pin, but there's sometimes a good reason for it. You can go to here and just get it out of the way because I am very nervous about that spot. My development is quite bad, actually. I will pay the price for my lack of development. Okay, so you could go here. He goes like that. Where do I want the thing to actually go? And the answer is this. Okay, now I'm losing track a little bit. This is the bishop. Wait. Bishop, queen. I don't know, actually. Bishop, queen, knight, bishop. I actually am kind of losing track, but let's go here. This should be a knight. This should be the bishop. I don't know if there's another knight hiding in there. Let's count the material. We both have a queen. We both have the rooks. Double rook, double rook. We both have the knight. We both have the bishop. And then we both have the other bishop, I guess. Or wait, what am I even... I'm assuming so they don't have another piece hiding away in there. We wanted all this shit on the dark square, right, with this nice little structure that we have. So even if you attack this, I can go back to here and kind of preserve the diagonal that I want. Yeah, all these games with like only one piece I find kind of interesting. like go or checkers where it's like I could just take that and then you set up to attack. Here I don't really see the problem with doing that, but it could be my mistake. So that is a queen, that is a pawn, pawn, pawn. This one is covered. Let's see if we can just bring something out here properly. You could bring this, you bring the pawn. Right, and but this is the bishop, so I should be able to do this. Because if you move it, I take, and then if you take, I still take. Right, so you have queen, bishop, pawn, knight. I'm pretty positive because we saw him develop the bishop out to here, and I think the knight was already there. But whatever, in the worst case, it's fine. So you can't go to there because of the simple fact that the bishop itself is not even doing anything. So this you can actually just take, but let's just go here to try to stop that, even though that leaves the dude uncovered, the actual bishop itself. And it also gives you another opportunity to cover this square. So now you have bishop, bishop, knight, knight, bishop, queen, queen, rook, 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 rook. Nobody's at like a major advantage. Okay, that's just a solid move because you're doing. Oh shit! Did I fuck up? Because now, no, but it's covered by this. But the act of moving it would fuck something up, for the simple fact that you're able to consider that. Oh, this is a disastrous position actually because uh, this will cover it, but it's gonna lead to something worse later on. And the reason why. If I tried to move the queen there, you could take that. Or no, you couldn't have. I don't know what happened. You could lose this pawn very easily, and the reason why is because ah I'm gonna do something brazen ballsy and really live to regret it. I'll move the pawn here, so then if you take, then I take, and you're still covered. How about that? I don't care. This is the knight queen combination. So now if you got to deal with the queen threat, if you take here, then I can take with the stupid ass knight. And so you address that, then I should be able to get away, but then you will still potentially be able to take that. So I don't think I really solved the problem. Now I can take here, and then you can just take whatever you want. You can sort of pin this shit down too with the rooks. I'm playing kind of too ambitiously here. Okay, that's a solid move. You're threatening there. And so what you're able to do now is you should probably move the queen itself, where you get to I don't want to leave myself able to get pinned either, but the knight is just a fucking nuisance. I don't know what to tell you. Like, I'd rather just move it. You double take onto here, because you would be giving up a bishop and a thing for a queen and a rook. Right? So wait a second. They would take, I would take, they would take, I would still take. How is that even possible? You could take first with the queen, you don't even do it, and you seem to almost blunder your queen. Maybe you misclick too. Or wait a second, I'm so lost. I don't even know what's happening anymore, but we can move this. I think it's still relatively even, but I kind of just lost my whole train of thought. This is a bishop, this is a bishop, this is a knight, this is a bishop. I don't even know where the knight is here. Is this a knight? Like, I don't even know. No, this is the knight. We have a weird pawn formation here, I guess. That came about somehow. This is the thing here to turn into a passed pawn if I did take it. I don't know. This is not a bishop. This seems like a disaster too, because you're leaving this to chance with respect to... You're leaving this to chance with respect to the simple fact that you're able to... I don't know. I just don't know. Like, I hate this because I don't have to do these moves, but I do them anyway because I'm lazy. And so that becomes a problem for me for sure. You'll end up taking that. But then even if I do this... I kept thinking like this was going to take my rook, but it's actually this. But you can still do it. I don't care. Okay, fine, dude. He didn't play that well, but... I mean, you can just take that one anyway. So, like, why do I even care? It's so fucking stupid. And of course, the knight can't do jack shit even as you're doing this. It can't do a fucking thing, can it? Not a fucking thing. Probably just gonna block something. Get in the way. Like, you must be out of your fucking mind, dude. Unbelievable. Even if I double attack this, it doesn't matter because then I'd be giving it up for whatever. I genuinely don't even understand like how the knight moves in the game. I don't get it. You could go down to here, so now... But I could just let him take. I don't even have to take. That's the beauty of it. I don't even have to take. Let him take, then I'll take. Then I can still take back. Right, so you attack the rook. If he takes, I take. But then you push, then I still take. And more to the point, you get to now... Or wait a second. I would take, they would take, I would take, they would take, I would take, they would still take. But how? I take the pawn. I take the rook with the knight. Then they take with the pawn. Then I take. Then they take. Then I take. Then they still take, which makes no fucking mathematical sense at all. I take the pawn now. Then they take with the bishop. Then I take the rook. It makes no sense what I'm actually looking at right now. Like, you mathematically are never going to have more cover than that. So I don't get it. I don't understand. What am I supposed to do? It's not even anything to do with the check. It's just nothing. There's nothing about this position that makes any sense at all. Now that's still okay because you can't really do anything with the promotion still. You would have to sack for it basically if you felt that, you know, you would have to go to there. And so now you're gonna win. All right, man. If you win a game like that, you can have it. Like, I don't understand how it's really humanly possible to... Isn't this the same guy? Isn't this the same guy who... Well, who the fuck is this guy, dude? This is the same guy who beat me in the fucking thing, right? In the Chaturanga, I'm pretty sure. Wait a second, bro. Wait a second, dude. Come on, bro. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is going on? Okay, we can put everything on a light square and still draw the game. Or does he have something even more? Like, I don't even understand what happened. Pawn, pawn, pawn. But how could this be a pawn? And he's always 1500. Like, he's never even played it before, but what is this? Why can't I do this? What? What am I even looking at? I don't understand. Is this a bishop? I don't even know what pieces I have left. And of course it's gonna come down to time anyway, but so these are all on a light square. It's still a drawish position, but I'm not gonna be able to draw because I'm too slow. But I can't complain because it's a 10-minute game. This guy's like my arch nemesis who's like single-handedly fucking, or no, he would still be up a piece, I guess. So he would have the knight. So it's not that I have no pieces left, it's just that he has whatever. Now you're gonna take onto there. Okay. I think this is the king, but I've kind of lost track of everything now. You might be surprised based on how shitty the knight is that you might be able to still do something here. Or he gave it up, but now he's going to promote the pawns, and I only have 5 seconds left. And I turned off pre-moves for just the worst possible time for this to potentially happen. It could be a stalemate, possible position. Like, it makes it impossible for me to even do this because pre-moves are off, too. Even if I theoretically could. Don't I almost deserve a stalemate for this shit? Okay, bro. That's the same guy, too. Like, it's fine, but I'm pretty sure it's the same guy. And he's 1500. Like, how is he 1500 then, dude? Like, he's literally just farming me. He'll play one game and it'll be just to beat me only and just fucking troll me. Like, what the fuck was that game, dude? Whatever. If you lose like this, he's playing god level games, so he's just whatever. It doesn't even show up in here or anything. They gotta fix that where it makes it stop separating the two. I might actually do that. Like, if this guy, that seems like a salty thing. Like, I might just abort if I see him in a game. Like, I don't mind it, but how is it that you're playing at this unbelievable level when you've never played these variants before? Like, he's like some Smurf player who's just fucking trolling me. What are the chances of that? I mean, he clearly just likes variants, but oh, he met the dude from Breaking Bad. 1600, like, he's clearly good, but that was an unbelievable performance that was truly fucking annoying. Like, look at the kind of shit. This is why I like doing it on stream. Look at the kind of shit that I lose to, bro. This is like a partial blindfold. Like, let's actually analyze that game, like, in a proper sense. What the fuck was that? How do you just do that, bro? Let's just watch it. Let's try to understand. I'm playing normal, you know, basic move, solid game. This has nothing to do with the fact that it's semi-blindfold. Like, you're literally... This could just be like a normal game, and you played at like a much better level than, you know, I guess my typical opponents. My opening there was probably better than what I took advantage of, but I don't understand. Like, even here you were gonna like win a piece because I fucked up with my bishop and my pawn because now it's not covered, and I know it's not covered, but now this position gets very confused, and then you get to cover the bishop. I take here, which itself is... I mean, it is stupidity on my part that I would think that I could do that, because there's no reason why I even have to. I just take trades because I'm lazy clown like that. You take, I take, you go down, I take, then I sack the piece. A lot of this feels like it could be prevented. Right, but I'm just so eager to trade and everything. So there's like a total of 50, and let's see how many we've actually played. I feel like there's 49. So we've played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And of course, some of them we're skipping 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we went on a couple good streaks with the last 2 at least. I love that. Not only did I lose that run and that run, but now it actually crashed my stream in the same moment too. Like it was just completely trying to whatever. Like it just not only is that series over, the stream's over, the channel should be over, everything should be over. But what I wanted to do is actually show myself uninstalling it just as a eulogy, and then we'll play the next of these variants here. That was very unexpected, and it's almost like an example of psychological conditioning where you'd be able to, realize the fact that you're not able to. You would realize that you're not actually able to get punished for it any other time, but that will actually be the end of this series, and then I'll open up some other maybe random category here that I can potentially do. Right, just get rid of it for good. That's actually it. Now, technically, again, I had 12 lives, and that was only the second life, and you saw how seriously I took it. Right, 2 out of 12, one for each spawn zone, so I could totally do it, all over again, but I don't think I will. That's just more like a patience issue. I technically didn't fail within the condition of that, but just for the time being, I wouldn't necessarily want to do it anyway. Like, it's just too much. It's gone on for so long, dude. Alright, so we'll leave that, and then we'll actually do this for a second here. That is quite sad. Is that dude gonna farm me again? I should almost try not to play. I'm not gonna use that as an excuse necessarily, but if it keeps happening, it's like, what am I supposed to do? Like some grandmaster player just decides to troll me and grief me. You're allowed to play whoever you play. So you could farm people who have never played the variant before, which in a lot of cases, I've never played a lot of these variants before either. But you could also get farmed by a grandmaster if he's the one who decides to challenge you there. So chess with checkers, chess and checkers, chess with checkers. I don't know what the difference is in those two. But I feel like one of these isn't going to even be there, which unfortunately is the case, right? Checky setup. Sergeants, checkers find a balance between advancing and defending. This is kind of annoying because this one is that, like, all pieces are turned into checkers. They serve as regular pieces. So what is the other one? Then I can't find it. Chess with checkers. So how about chess and checkers? I can't find it. Chess and checkers. Chess.com. New chess with checkers variant. But chess with checkers again, I already have. Without seeing, but see, even that doesn't really matter. That's what checkers opportunity to put your visualization skills to test. Damn it. It makes it seem like it's a different one, but it's not acknowledging it anywhere. Can you play checkers, chess, and checkers? Chess club, chess and checkers. Nobody actually plays it, or nobody even knows what it is. It might have just been there at one point, but they got rid of it. Like, I don't understand. Chess with, chess and, but it won't even tell me what it is. Like, right, you won't be able to, chess and standard chess. So why is that even appearing on the fucking variant page? I genuinely don't know what to do. Chess. Let me try it here. Chess and checkers variant. Right, chess versus checkers, chessers. If chess and checkers combined, what are some interesting variations? Interest in chess and checkers variant. Differences in gameplay. Why the fuck does it say that, dude? It shows it for, oh no, it only shows it because I'm highlighting that. Right, it has nothing to do with actually choosing something here. I'm guessing it's just not there then. Like, or unless it's written some other way. Which sometimes they are. Because again, checkers just isn't showing anything. Try the checkers version of chess. Checky for player. Or maybe that's what it means. Try the checkers version of 4-player chess. That's just the same thing. Spell chess, atomic, giveaway, setup chess, whatever. I'll skip it, but that's kind of irritating. The next one is like collateral worlds. With your army being, but these you won't be able to find either. Can you hold off 2 players at once? With your army being cut in half. Yeah, whatever. These ones I don't mind doing some other time format with, or I'll just skip it again. We're gonna end up skipping most of these, not because of any. Okay, color blinds. What is that? Just because if there's 4 players, that's too much to ask to wait for. It's one thing if you get one clown like this trying to troll me or whatever. Hold the balance between attacking and developing to win in this fairy miniature, but that's also going to be 4 players. Oh my god, bro. Courier chess, let me guess. That's going to be 4 players as well. Like, why don't we just skip everything? Courier chess, popular type of... Oh, maybe it's not. Medieval European chess, each player gets the unorthodox extra pieces to battle on a 12 by 8 board. But does that mean they started in this position? That's very strange. Each player's army gets 4 extra unorthodox pieces. The man moves like the king. That's really what it's called, the man. Promotes to a furs like the royal advisor. The furs replace the queen, but only moves 1 square diagonally. Man moves like the king, but can be captured. The wazir moves orthogonally 1 square, which I don't know what that even means. And then the elephant moves 2 squares diagonally, leaves over pieces. Pawns can only move 1 square up, and there's no castling. This almost makes it sound a little bit like Chaturanga itself. So let's actually just do this one then, courier chess. So it's mainly the starting position that confuses me. It really starts like this. So which one is the man? Is this the man? This is the royal advisor thing, the furs. I actually don't even know which is which. That's the thing that confuses me. Pawns can only do so much, so there's 4 unusual pieces. The one is this, one is this. Okay, the one that is the king here is the one that can't be captured. You have like a second king, then you have the royal advisor thing, then you have one of these is like the man, and one of them is the other thing, which I already forgot what it is. Wazir. I don't know. I'm assuming maybe this is the man. I don't know what a wazir even is. So go ahead, end my run with this one too. That same David, whatever the fuck his name is. But yeah, I mean, there's no rule when it comes to that. Like, you got to play whoever you can play because otherwise it's going to be impossible to even find a match any of the time. So I just want to do one of these to start the thing, and this looks incredibly complicated too, actually. You're going to have the bishop. Okay, here we go. It's not the same guy. Okay, let's just move that so I don't know what is what even. He's moving the king, which I don't fully understand. Why? Wait, that's like the elephant. Which is weird because they actually have an elephant thing. Maybe there's some reason why he's doing this, but I don't know what that reason could be. Like, you're just making yourself very exposed. That's not the expendable king, right? This seems like the expendable king. We can give a check there. Maybe you're trying to get mated in this mode, but I don't see why. He seems like he's almost trying to lose on purpose somehow, but... Okay, that's not going to do anything. You can't do that. So... I don't even want to move this stupid ass thing. He's obviously just kind of trolling, I guess. But unfortunately, I don't have a follow-up for this moment. Let me... He's going to somehow bait me in here. We just made him right there. That's incredible. But I mean, I can't really take too much credit because obviously... Fuck. Obviously, he's almost trying to lose on purpose. At least we understand how the game works. Average newbie player to variant, but... You can't castle, you can't double push pawns, and you can't promote to a proper thing like a queen. So This dude moves like 1 square, I guess, in any of the directions that you can. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's why it's called orthogonally or whatever. And then the bishop is the bishop. This is actually the elephant. This is the furs, 1 square diagonal. This one jumps, 2 squares diagonal. And then this one is just the expendable king. And so what is the man? I guess the man is just the other king, but it looks like a king. So, oh, I guess it could be considered like that's his royal impersonator. Like, so if he tries to get assassinated, they'll kill him instead, right? Like your stand-in or body double or something. That could be the way that it's interpreted. Because otherwise, like, why else would he look exactly like the king anyway? Yeah, that was a very disappointing end to arc. That was very unexpected. The way that he was just sloshing around through the water was really fucking impressive. That fucking Triceratops. Okay, can you just hurry up, dude? We didn't really even get to play it, and we just got a weird mate there in the corner. I'm not sure why he was doing that, but you know, we'll get a game like that, then we'll get the guy who's actually sniping me, clowning me, whatever. Not saying he actually is, but whatever. He's just keeps ending my run. He ended my good streak in Chaturanga. He ended my good streak in checkers thing. Some of these I just genuinely don't understand because I don't know what to tell you. Like, they're not all gonna be in here, I guess. It'd be something to do with like checkers if there's another one. Discover the hidden intrigue of a mini force. I love some of these. Like, they're so random and specific. Torpedo, sideways pawn, no castling. Is that all it is? Like, that's the whole variant, is just no castling. Like Chaturanga and stuff you could always do anyway, but no, this is the whole beauty of it, is there's an infinite number of these that you could potentially do. Giveaway, free for all, or this would be like maybe it's meant to be the 4-player one, but yes, and check. It makes it sound like it's actually the one I was thinking about, though, with respect to um the fact of, or let's actually see that 2-player. That's so weird. Like the one where you're actually playing with real checkers pieces or whatever. This dude certainly made his mark. DOVKE. But I should embrace the next chance to play him and actually beat him the next time. Come on, let's get actually one more, please. Ah. Or it could be just the same people over and over that we farm or get farmed by, but only once per each variant anyway. Spend your points to create your own starting position. Oh yeah, I think I remember doing that in some other context. But a lot of these I maybe haven't even done before, so we're kind of blowing through them, and you know, even though there were like damn near 50, I don't know, maybe that's good enough. We at least played one of them. Okay, see you tomorrow.